Was it a lie? It was a little off, but I like to do some things before I start, so. Oh, goodness, okay. Yeah, we're actually doing this today. I was really debating on, like, if I just want to, I don't know, set up on the PlayStation or the PC and just play something to myself for the morning, but I was like, nah. Drake had seemed like he was really interested in the stream, so we'll do the we'll do the short little stream. One second, I gotta turn on the light in here. Yeah, I probably should put my posts everywhere saying, hey, we're live, but give me just 1 second, actually. I will go ahead and at least put it in my own server. Okay, and then let me go ahead and shut that musica down. We don't need that anymore. Actually, we do need musica. Let me be realistic here. Just turn it way down. All right. I was like, wait, we're not playing games today. How you doing, Drake? Any news? You've had a whole day, haven't you? It's got to be something PM for you right now. Something PM. I'm just going to promote myself in some Discords. This will all work a lot better the more people we have to chime in, unfortunately. But I have an idea for the rating scheme already. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's not anything fresh, but here's the idea. So we do a scale of 1 to 100 for a profile, right? And maybe instead of basing it entirely off of incredibly impressive games, it can also be like, if somebody clearly likes fighting games and that's their preference, we can base it off of how much they complete and how well they complete and how fast they complete their preferred type of game. Obviously, a 10 out of 10 is still going to draw some, some eyebrow raises and stuff here and there. But the main idea for how I want to do this is like, instead of telling everyone that they need to have a 10 out of 10, the ones that do get extra points. So out of 100 seems like it'll be fair enough. Feeling somewhat better today. Just been watching Trackmania games. Well, I guess it might be a little harder to play them right now. I understand watching. Okay, I hear you. Give me just 1 second. Let me pull up a leaderboard builder. We are going to have a leaderboard in the Discord and in the end of each of these streams, so we updated with adding new people. The only caveat is that depending on the volume of profiles we get, I know at some point we'll probably have too many to fit into one leaderboard, so we might separate leaderboards in some way. I'm still working on that. I'm glad you're feeling better, though. Trackmania Games is an event, sort of the Olympics and Trackmania 2020. Best players in the world competing for their country. I'm going to look this up. Look this up because that's actually really cool. Like the Trackmania Games. Team Germany Tech Solo. Trackmania Games Trial Hunt for top 7. Interesting. The grand final of Trackmania Games Ice Tournament. This team is called Checkmania. I wonder where they're from. That's cool. That's really cool. I had no idea that was even a thing. How do you find stuff like this, man? USA is ranked 14 right now in Trackmania. Fantastic. Good for them. Or us, I should say. That's cool. Okay, let me see. Twitch. So do some stuff off screen before we get going here. I'm probably going to be reviewing some random trophy YouTuber first, just to get things started. I don't even know if I'm going to bother rating them. I could rate like YouTubers in their own separate leaderboard, but I don't know if I want to be too controversial. It's an idea that I have though. Let me see. Can I edit these like right now while we wait? 1 second. Had to mute for a sneeze. You know how it is. Okay, let me just click this. Yeah. I'm thinking if we have like maybe 3-ish viewers by the time the stream ends, I might raid someone. Damon was like, it doesn't matter how many people you have, you should just raid people. But I feel like that's only if I really know who I want to do so. Nobody in the network is online right now, so we're gonna have to pick someone sort of at random. I could see if there's any other trophy hunting streams. How about that? Search trophy. No. Because that would work, but this niche isn't like big enough to have its own tag, if that makes sense. I think you're aware of this, but let's see. Is this guy live? This guy's not live. Top shelf trophy. Are you live? I don't think so. I'm gonna open up his profile. Nah, he's not live. When was he last live? 3 days ago. Well, damn. Okay. Gosh. Maybe I chose the wrong time. 10 a.m. on a Saturday is not the right time for rating a trophy YouTuber. Let me see. This guy's stream says he's streaming for trophies, but it says crypto as his subject, so I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Okay, well, maybe we'll figure that out at the end of stream. I'm only going to be live for a little while today, so. Let me see here. Mr. Achievement is live on YouTube. Does he dual stream? Mr. Achievement? Yeah, I think he just streams on YouTube. Does YouTube have rates? Real Mr. Achievement. This ought to be him, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, here. I'll bump him a little bit. I'll bump him a viewer, and we'll rate at the end of the stream. I'll follow him as well. And then the next step after that, we figure out how to raid, because I have no idea. I'm gonna keep his page open over here. Yeah, he's just thanked me for the follow. Awesome. Okay, so I have this short list I put together via tabs of trophy YouTuber, PlayStation YouTuber, however you call it, accounts. And then I also have my notepad here. He does dual stream, you're right. But I also have my notepad here, and helping him with Witcher. I bet you are. I bet you're chiming in with lots of good advice. Well, thanks for letting me know he's live. I appreciate it. You have advice for every game, it seems. Maybe when I play Trackmania, I'll stream it directly to you. So I've got my notepad here. I don't know, things feel just a little bit better when they're partially analog. So let me show you the leaderboard website we're going to be using for this. This is it. It's very simple. Add player, add scores, you can do stuff like that. I'll find a more elegant solution, obviously, but this will be good as a rudimentary answer for now. And we're going to rate people pretty softly. I don't want to be too entirely harsh. I don't want to, say like add here to tryhards, but like, I think you were here and explained it. A 10 out of 10 gives you bonus points, but I don't necessarily think everybody should have a 10 out of 10 on their list. I don't know if that's a hot take, but that's how I feel. So, I can coach you in TM, no problem. Well, I would appreciate that. I love racing games, I just don't think I'm very good at them. They're a lot of fun, obviously, but trophy hunting's different when it comes to racing games. Something like Assassin's Creed. most of your trophies are things you were going to do anyways, but things like Crash Mania Turbo, that's what it's called. A lot of it is that time trial stuff. And that's where you start to lose me a little bit. Okay. Let's pull up the first profile that I wanted to look at. Depends if you want to rate a profile and then being a gamer or then being a trophy hunter, very different. Yeah. Well, the idea is, I mean, like, here, this lad isn't maybe a good example of what I'm talking about, because he doesn't just play games he enjoys. But the idea is, if we can very clearly see that somebody likes racing games, and they've got a very nice collection of racing games, all 100%ed, some ultra rares, some not, you know what I mean? Or somebody who likes VR a lot, we'll rate their list a little bit different. That's why I'm using a 1 to 100 scale instead of like a 1 out of 10 scale. The goal is to be able to be a little bit fluid so that people with different tastes aren't knocked points for having their own taste. Does that make sense? So, of course, a lot of this, especially as we get more people in here to give their opinion, it's going to be more community-based anyways. I'll have a final ranking that I give out, but, for example, Drake and you might have an entirely different rating. Your rating will be taken account. I might even do like my rating as one score and then aggregate rating from like chat, which looks like for right now will be, it's just gonna be you and I hanging out here, man. And then we'll do, so I was thinking we can do these YouTubers and then probably re-review your list and put you up on the leaderboard. We could go over my list again and put me below you, obviously, but something that's gonna be huge. Okay, so let's break it down with Study's account, how I want to do this. And Study is a good example. Not everybody likes his content. That's fine, whatever. But he's pretty successful and he's very creative with his YouTube video ideas. So from the UK, right? 13,000 trophies. 250 platinums. Like, platinum count matters. And then we have this unsuspicious amount of golds. That's a reasonable amount of golds for how many platinums he has. Silvers, bronze. So he's played 515 games. He's completed 168. And his completion percentage is 54.58%. No doubt currently he is working towards playing into a trend that's going around of everybody being like, I'm completing my backlog. I'm completing my trophy lists. Stuff like that. I'm glad that's going around. But people like us who've been doing it since day one are like, well, I can't pretend like I just started. Dang it. So almost 11,000 unearned trophies. He gets about 2.24 trophies per day. A lot of profile views. That's what you'd expect for somebody who's a content creator. And a fairly impressive rank for somebody who, as far as I know, does not hunt any shovelware. So 54% is not trophy hunter territory, in my opinion. He plays games for videos, not for trophies, which is fine. I don't know if I agree with that, because he has the Arc Raiders Platinum. And he's got Legend of the West. So, yes, he plays games for his YouTube, and I do agree with that part. But the problem with that line of thinking is just a sheer amount of games he's played. This was like at some point when he was a teenage boy, this was a teenage boy's account. He was borrowing games, he was playing games for free, he was doing all kinds of things. So the sheer amount of games that he's played is not because he plays them for YouTube. It's because he hasn't come back to them. And that'll be taken into account, but 500 plus games on a trophy list is ridiculous. So we're going to scroll a little bit quickly here, especially on the games that aren't complete. I'm curious about his first platinum, but I gotta kind of disagree with you there. I don't think completion percentage makes a person a trophy hunter. I think intent makes somebody a trophy hunter. So if we scroll all the way back up to the top, it's very evident that nowadays, for the most part, he tries to complete these games. He tries to get every trophy he can. Now, stuff like this, I'm like, okay, he's not going back to that. I wouldn't go back to that, personally. But, I mean, he did complete Skate in a month. And he completed Borderlands 4 really quick. 6 days for Borderlands 4. So, that completion percentage is just going to go up. I mean, it'll keep dipping if he does stuff like this, or playing Concord 2, but again, at the same time, it's his profile. So, I know Mayor Hairbear, Jiminy Criminal. I couldn't find his profile, actually. me just do a quick Google search so I can show you him. Maybe for this first one, it'll be defining our philosophy, and so we're communicating clearly with each other. I think he has his profile linked in his YouTube description. I hope he does. Here, he's his link tree. Where's your PSNP, Mayor? MHB, come on, man. His profile name is like Jiminy Criminal. I'll have to find it. Here, let me search it. Jiminy Criminal. Yeah, here he is. So I'll use him as an example. Maybe to play sort of into what you were saying. Is Mayor Hairbear is a little bit more of just a gamer, right? So I've seen a couple of his streams are these like profile trophy list ratings, right? He's very gentle with it. I'm trying to be somewhere in between Sandra's and MHB. I want to be a little bit harsher, but not as harsh as Sandra's. But we'll see where chat takes us. You know what I mean? And he is going back and completing some things, but like he did the Fallout New Vegas Platinum, and he didn't go in through the DLC. Mostly because it's a horrible experience, but his whole point is not completing DLC. So for a lot of his games, he never touched a DLC. Just because, like, I platinumed the game, that's what he considers completion of the game. He doesn't want to spend extra money on DLC, or maybe even extra time. Maybe a game wasn't enjoyable enough to warrant DLC. This one, not Asylum, but City and Night are pretty notorious for their DLCs. And obviously you can say they're notorious because they're difficult, but I think it's more than that. I think it's the fact that, like, you got to buy the DLC packs. So it's also a conversation of, like, being economically sane. If somebody platinums Mortal Kombat X and it has 5 DLC packs that are $10 each, I don't think we should knock points if they either couldn't afford or just haven't gotten around to buying those DLCs yet. Does that make sense? You can't always just buy something just for 2 trophies. It's a little bit unrealistic of an ask, in my opinion. Doesn't touch any DLC. It's just platinums to make the videos. That was true for a long time. That's the same with another very controversial YouTuber who I'm trying to decide if I want to go over his profile. It's Illusion would just bang out all these games back to back to back to back to back to back, never touching DLC. And then he's trying to circle back and be like, obviously the whole time I was planning to do the DLC for its own videos. Which I think he was joking when he was implying that was the plan the whole time. But that he's an example of that. Platinum trophy, platinum trophy, platinum trophy. And to your point, just for the video. But he's gotten a few that aren't featured in videos. I've looked at his profile before. It makes total sense, but it separates true trophy hunters from platinum hunters or content makers. It's different tiers. I suppose. I'm not going to disagree with you that you can give them different categories, but this community works a whole lot better if we kind of stick together and encourage each other. So if you don't want to go for DLC, I'll still help you with the main game, but I'll just keep playing afterwards. Or if I don't care about DLC, but you ask for my help with DLC trophies that require co-op, I'm going to help you. And I think that's how this community should work. Obviously, who made you the authority on the trophy hunting community? Not me. I'm obviously not the authority. I think maybe somebody like Nick AR would be closer to something like that. But featured in videos yet. Fair point. But I think I'm trying to have not like a hard, I don't know. I'm not on the fence about it. I know what I think trophy hunting is. And it's taking a game, preferably that you loved or enjoyed, and doing everything there is to do and seeing everything there is to see until it's done. And I'm gonna count Study as a trophy hunter. I'm sorry, I'll disagree with you on Study specifically here. Mostly because his account is like a blown up version of mine. You know what I mean? You could point out any of these random games and be like, oh, my brother played that, or my cousin played this, or you know what I mean? So, and then my account, what's marred my account is my sister and my college roommate unlocking trophies on it on games I have no interest in. I don't really care to play Apex Legends anymore, but maybe I will just to complete the trophies. We'll see if I'm that obsessed. But we'll start from the bottom real quick. There's two schools of thought for these reviews too. I could sort it with just 100% completions or just platinums. I think for these first few, we're just gonna review them raw, look at the whole story. So obviously with Study's story, it starts with PS3. So his account's been around for a little while, a lot longer than my account's been. I don't know when you started trophy hunting. I think you might have told me 2012 or something, or I saw that on your profile. But dude's had his account for a minute, but obviously he was not a trophy hunter at this time. He did really like Mirror's Edge though. But like we could scroll up here. Like I hope he goes back to this because it's obtainable now. Killzone 2 is still obtainable if I'm not mistaken. 1943 is a great game, but I'm pretty sure you can't get that anymore unless you use private servers, and PSNP doesn't like private servers, which they need to change their philosophy on that in my opinion. But whatever. MW2 I'd go back for. I'm just going to pick a couple of these PS3 games, you know what I mean, that I think he could totally go back and grab if he... I think his PS3 died again. I'm not sure. I haven't watched his videos recently. I saved them for my work for 12-hour shifts. Yikers. Is this the one with the multiplayer? Still obtainable, isn't it? Yeah, it's still obtainable, but it's just these PS3 Uncharted games are a nightmare to fully complete, especially the third one with the DLC. Dead Rising 2, I hope he goes back for this because I need this one. I need to finish this Dead Rising 2 on PS3. It's very hard to find people for the multiplayer. My account is from 2021, but I didn't start trophy hunting before 2022. Yeah, I started trophy hunting so I had a small burst of it sometime in late 2020. I had a screwed up ankle. I was going to say broken, but it wasn't really broken. What happened was the tendon tore away from the bone. They call it an avulsion fracture. And so I didn't have much else to do. So that's the first time I trophy hunted. And then when I started getting back up on my feet and being able to sort of walk, if you want to call it that, I didn't do that as much. So when I really swung back into it was early 2022. And that's when I started really like hitting games and 100%ing them as much as I could. Going back being like, what did I not finish? So yeah. I think you and I both got very involved in trophy hunting at around the same time, which is interesting that we're bumping heads now and not before. Not cleaning up platinums from 2009, but starting games in 2025, 2026, and still leaving it behind is different. That's fair, but you can't be too concrete in that sort of definition because there's some games I left behind in 2025 that I have to come back to in 2026, like Stellar Blade. I consider myself a pretty serious trophy hunter. I 100% every game I play. But it wasn't even that Stellar Blade didn't grab me because I was playing Wylad as well, Yakuza Like a Dragon at the same time, and then got distracted with this game, got distracted with that game, and I'm almost building myself a mini backlog as opposed to my other backlog. It's like they're two diverging paths, so these still get priority because I've already started them. But I want to finish things like Valhalla or whatever else I'm working on. So I don't think you can throw that designation too harshly, but I do understand where you're coming from, 100%. Oh, I'd go back for Black Ops, even if he doesn't do DLC. Even if he doesn't do DLC, I still think this is a really good platinum to have. And it looks like he completed a good bit of it. But I think he played it as a normal person and not as somebody going for a platinum. So, but it wouldn't be too hard to go back for. And this would probably be a decent video. Going back and doing some of his PS3 platinums would be a hit with the current trends going on with the platinum YouTube. Like the video I'm working on right now, I might wait to release it and make my completing my backlog video because everybody's doing that. But also because it's fun, just getting things done. So like, things like this. So the problem with these Black Ops games is it's hard to find people these days that want to do the Easter eggs. Not that need to do the Easter eggs. There's plenty of people that need them, but that want to do them. And a lot of them require 4 people. This one requires 4 people. Even on the remastered version of the map that's on Black Ops 3, you still need 4 people. So, like that. You can do it solo, but you should probably do it on co-op. So yeah, Black Ops would be a really cool one for him to go back to, but Modern Warfare 3 as well. So like, okay, here we go. First platinum is The Walking Dead. Telltale's The Walking Dead in 2013 He did not play the epilogue or any of the bonus chapters, or rock, paper, scissors. I don't know what that means, but I don't even know. He probably doesn't even have, if this is a physical copy, he probably doesn't even have this anymore, but that was his first platinum, okay, was The Walking Dead. And Saints Row the Third, that's one I like. I don't rate these DLC because I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything. I think, is this the, no, the Genki game show was main game, wasn't it? So I'm not sure if this is just additional activities in those mini games. Gangstas in Space. I may have seen these before, but I've never played Saints Row 3, Saints Row the Third's DLC. Cool platinum to have. I don't think it's particularly difficult. Yeah, but the DLC would be good to go back to. Kind of like you've been saying. AC2, my second AC ever, conveniently enough, but actually no, it was my third. Ironic, but great game. Great game, especially at this time. In 2013, this was one of the better games that you had access to. Again, acknowledging your personal history with the series, Straken. Mafia 2, but no DLC. Terminator Salvation, 100%. This is a notoriously easy game. Scroll up past some of this nonsense. Guacamelee would be good to go back to, though. That's a fun game. Valiant Hearts is depressing. I don't know anything about Fez's Platinum. Yes, I do. It's the cubes and anti-cubes. It's just a collectible grind. And then the secret. There's a secret puzzle. That's probably not so secret anymore. But I remember back in the day, I think people would upload videos of getting the... Oh, I see something interesting. People would upload videos of getting the secret, and then the creator of the game would be like, take this down. I don't know if you ever saw that, but... Need for Speed Rivals. Okay, this is the one that went offline recently, wasn't it? Is this the... Yeah, I wanted to open up the image, of course. Hold on. Let's look at this trophy list. This PS3 version. I think this is the one I'm thinking of, where the servers went offline, right? I could have swore clicking here... Yeah, there we go. No, it's obtainable still. So this must be the wrong Need for Speed game. I thought it was Rivals. Unless they released a patch or something. No PSNP Plus activated. That's because I'm in incognito mode. I'm in incognito. Is it hurting your... Oh, PSN Plus is rating... Okay, here. Hold on. Let me do this. I've got an alternative method. I'll open the page in incog, and then... It's like a personal private data thing. Ain't got nothing sus on the computer, but, you know. Let's pull study back up on... this tab. Scroll down to try and approximate where we're at, but Shadow of Mordor, the playroom here. How about this? The play brother. Surgeon Sim. Wow. Okay, I'll do that in a second. So this will have PSNP Plus. I hear you though. I didn't realize that was a plus feature. That's how accustomed to that exact feature I've become. Okay, let me scroll back down. Like I said, dude's got a monster of a list in terms of... He's played a ridiculous amount of games. My gaming for many, many, many years was divided between multitude of different platforms. So, you know, all of my gaming story, so to speak, is not on PlayStation. Yes, okay, like I thought. It is unobtainable now, and it's like 2 or 3 really easy trophies. Bust a friend. Win a race against a friend, and then there's like one more. Where is it? Just the platinum in general. Okay, yeah. So these 2 multiplayer ones, everybody was like, go back and grab that real quick. It's an easy trophy. You can knock it out in 10 minutes. Well, maybe not 10 minutes, but you get what I'm saying. Really quick. Just hurry up and go back to it. So a lot of people were rushing to get these 2 trophies so they could have this platinum, which is about to become unobtainable. So most people wanted to get their first unobtainable platinum, you know, off of this game. And I think a lot of people did accomplish that. There's probably quite a few recent achievers. Let's see the Platinum Club. Yeah, so there's still going to be people grabbing this platinum because there was a huge push in the community to go back and get those multiplayer trophies. So the big difference is, though, if you finish those trophies, you can get the plat. If you didn't, you're out of luck because server shutdowns. Yay! Okay. Yeah, this looks a lot better now that we actually have PSN Plus live. I'll just drag them over from the other window. That's how I'll do that. All right, so Super Meat Boy is the one that caught my eye earlier, and I'm like, if there were ever a 10, excuse me, if there were ever a 10 out of 10 that I feel like most people should at least give a shot or consider having on their list, it is Super Meat Boy. I know there's like others like Wolf 2, which is not a real 10 out of 10 or whatever people say about it. It counts. Difficulty is different for everybody. If someone's pulling their hair out over a game, give them some credit. Give them some credit. If I'm the worst racing game player of all time and I get the Forza 7 Platinum, just pat me on the back. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, SMB, this is a great game. I played this on Xbox. I did not 100% this on Xbox, but I did play it. It's frustrating. It's fun. It requires very minute, fine control. Excellent game. Really weird game to play on an old console, though. Did I play that on 360 or not? Am I tripping? Did I play that on PC? Does it have a PS3 version? I think I'm going crazy. It's just on the Vita and the PS4. I gotta find this out. SMB on 360. I swear I got this Games for Gold. Yeah, it was on 360. Okay, I thought so. I was like, am I losing my mind? Yeah, it's got good ratings too. This is a good game, just in general. Even if you don't go for the platinum, you should play this game. It's very good. Very, very good platformer. Very tight mechanics. So, if you're interested in that. Rivals is not obtainable. Yeah, I thought so. Could see ratings not obtainable. So yeah, we got PSN Plus back on. This person said www. That's real. Go ahead and switch off of that. Pull my chat back up. Pause. Okay. Scrolling back up. So he did go. He liked Walking Dead season 1. Honestly, appreciate the appreciation of Walking Dead because these games are great. This is good. I like seeing 100% that aren't platinums. I think that's really cool. I have a few and some that I need to go back for, but that's nice to see. Even if you don't go for the platinum, I don't understand that sentence. Hey, so fun fact, Draken. Not everybody who tunes into trophy hunting content is a completionist. I don't mean to sound condescending. I'll take that back. But I try to be. I extend an olive branch to non-completionist gamers, and I will do so in my long-form content. When you see my videos come out, you'll be like, ah, okay, he meant this. You should play this. You don't have to finish it. Well, I'd hope you'd finish the story, but you don't have to do all the little minute collect every chest and whatnot in Unity. But yeah, everybody should play Super Meat Boy. That's an excellent game. And Infamous First Light. This one's we've talked about this. I've talked to you about this. I've had Dragon in here and I've talked to him about it. JS Loco has opinions on it. He doesn't even have a PlayStation. I like Infamous First Light. I need to get the platinum on my account, but I think this is a good game. I think similar to like Lost Legacy or something. It's almost like spin-off territory, but I like Infamous First Light a lot. I don't hate the main character. Sure, she's a little bit mean or whatever you want to say. She's got an attitude, but like, I would too in her situation. So I like First Light. Is it the best game in the series? No, it's not the best game in the series. So I have turned multiple gamers in completionists. I will not stop. So here's the trick there. Is if you're really nice to non-completionists and you just nudge them in the right direction, I've been able to turn some people as well. Being like, well, while we're at it, we might as well get these trophies. And I'm like, yeah, you're trophy hunting. You're in it. Like my buddy who's helping me work on the Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 100%. I'm just very slowly nudging him that direction, especially since he's already a pretty successful streamer. I'm thinking like, we could coattail each other here. I could pull you along and you could pull me along and we can kind of boost each other up, but not to the point of gaslighting, of course. Together we will turn them all. Yes. Through your brute strength and through my subtle, crafty suggestion, we'll figure it out. We've got this. I've got a literal Viking, not even like as a meme. Dude actually fights in medieval battles. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I want to see where he stopped. Aw, man. This DLC is fantastic. Especially now that it's 60 FPS. I wish I had waited to do this until this year, because you can play this game 60 FPS now. I think it was you that told me that. Fantastic DLC. A little bit annoying, maybe a little bit tedious, but most of the content in that DLC is cool. Just some of those side missions and that final boss fight, if you want to call it that, kind of sucked. But the rest of it was good. This is cool to see. Another unobtainable that he managed to grab, probably back in the day when it came out. But this game is fantastic. I really want to play it. I'll probably be playing it on PC, though, because I don't really care about my Steam achievements much. I care about your Steam achievements, but I don't care about my own. So, you know, this is... Plus, it's crazy. One trophy is all it takes, man. So, these are like the... Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor has the Avenging Players. Same with, like, Valhalla. It's basically that. It's player-driven challenges that spawn in when other players do things or die or whatever the case may be. I haven't played the game, but it's something along those lines. And, yeah, you can't get it now. But Study's got a few unobtainable platinums. I did do a quick survey of his account before we came in, and he's got a few, but he's got some other stuff that he's never going to be able to finish. Like this. This is like pretty much 100% multiplayer game. So, and then what this is I'm pretty sure he can do some of these trophies in the basic training and the bot matches, which is weird. Destroy your first enemy. He did. He destroyed his first enemy. So yeah, but this is all online. So the servers are shut down. You can't even play this game anymore. I'm pretty sure this was sort of a like an Xbox arcade style game, you know. Okay, so Xenoverse. Wow. Okay, what a chunker of a platinum. I would love to have this one, but I'm not great at Xenoverse. I found that out. My buddies and I used to all group up on Xenoverse, and we'd play and we'd fight and we'd try to have... We were dorks, you know what I mean? So we tried to have like anime battles or call out the abilities we were using. It was pretty fun. But I always got my ass kicked. Almost always. I won a few times, but my friends were way more into Dragon Ball, so they played way more Xenoverse. It's just a matter of how much of it you play. Let's be fair. But at the same time, I'm not great at Xenoverse, so this is impressive to me. I rate that. I'm gonna write that down, actually. He's got DB Xeno. If he had Xeno 2, that would be even better. I know Guy Faruski has Xeno 2. We'll go over his list at another time. Maybe today, maybe not. But Fallout 4. Brother, go back for that. Easy. Easy platinum. It just takes time. The 100% is good, too. I like the DLC in that game. Most of this is unobtainable. Bloodborne. Brother, come on. Doesn't have Bloodborne. He started it, but gave it away. He gave it up. I don't know if I can rate that. Like, it'd be different if he didn't have Bloodborne at all, but the fact that he started it and then dropped it, probably right after Cleric Beast. Yeah, he finished Cleric Beast and Gascoigne. Two of the easiest bosses in the game. That's insane. I hope he goes back for this, but I think he's gone on record saying that he's not a Souls-like gamer. He just doesn't care for it. But we'll see if that remains true through the rest of the list here. I want to speed up a little because I want to go through more than one list, but it's a good team. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, man. We're a good team, Draken. Okay, so another unobtainable. He's got a lot of these older games that had multiplayers and stuff like that, especially these sports games. Brutal. But he does have this one. Still, I see sports games and I either get one of two things. I either get impressed or I'm like, well, why did you play that? Why did you even start that? But I know why Study played UFC 2, and that's because Study was a fighter. He actually fought competitively, and you know, I can't remember if it was boxing or UFC style or whatever. I don't remember exactly what kind of fighting he did, but I've seen the picture of him with his face all bloody and he's got his gloves on and he's like screaming. It's probably boxing, but dude's actually a fighter. So if you see these fighting games in his list, these are important to him. So I'll actually write that down. Plays like fighting, I'll put it in quotes because it's not like Mortal Kombat games. I think that matters. The way that games relate to your personal life and how you engage with games to either enhance or play into or scratch that itch, I think that matters. So the dude was boxing and he played boxing games. Like that's really cool. That gets bonus points in my book. That's nice. Obviously this is not a curated list, but if it were, I'd imagine he'd still have these on there. Tabletop racing is supposed to be really, really good. I haven't played this. I heard the 100% is like really difficult. Yeah, this I've heard is not super easy, but probably not that hard either. I want to see what the trophy guide says. There isn't one. Okay. Go figure. It's an older game. Battlefield Hardline, that's a cool one to have. to hell with this game, man. I like this game, don't get me wrong. But it's one of those, like, Battlefield just loves to spam you with DLC trophies, so that's what always pushes me away from them on PlayStation. Having started but not completing Bloodborne is actually a crime in most countries. I agree. That's you know what? That's double negative points that we're going to take off of Study's score here. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he still has more platinums than you, but he does have way more unplayed games than you, so we got to take all of this into account. And of course, he's got double my platinums easily. Like, the dude clears me in terms of volume. Far Cry Primal, I need to play this. Was it you that told me that this is also 60 FPS? Like, Ubisoft went back and actually made most of their games playable. That's cool, if it's true. I see something interesting up ahead, but we're going to go through Escapists. I remember him talking about this game, and he really enjoyed it, but I'm very confused because he uses the background music from Escapists in his videos, but he did not play the DLC for the PS4 version of the Escapists, and I don't fully understand why, because I played these DLCs, and while I was sick of the game by the time I finished, obviously, I think they're pretty good. I think these, especially this little Santa sweatshop thing, this thing was hilarious, man. Santa is cracking the whip on the elves, basically, and it's really dark and very funny. This has got to be like a British game dev or something, because their humor is... Let me look this up, actually. Moldy Tooth. Where are you guys from? That's all I want to know. Wakefield. Yeah, they're from Britain. Go figure, man. I'm telling you, you can see the British humor all over this game. Good game. Good game. Gets a little repetitive. Some of these trophies are a little stupid. Like clogging the toilets 50 times or something like that. I was like, why would you do this unless you're going for it? This was kind of dumb. But I started this from the moment I played the game. But knowing him, or what I know about him, he's a huge fan of the Escapists, so I'm not sure why he doesn't have this 100%. More platinums with tiny completion percentage is not impressive. I could have 300, 400 platinums if I didn't do DLC. I understand. I hear you, because it saves you a lot of time. But the other thing I'm thinking is, if we could see a graph of how much that completion percentage goes up over time. Like, if he had a 30% completion percentage until 2022, and now he's worked his way up to a 50% out of 500 games, progress is impressive, even if you haven't reached your goal. So, like, if my goal is 90% completion rate, which is that's a pretty big reach. As you know, the higher you get up in the percentage, the harder it gets to increase, and the easier it gets to screw it up. But, you know, if I were able to make a 2% difference in my completion percentage within the first 6 months of this year, I think that would be pretty... I would impress myself if I were like, wow, I've done that much. I probably won't, but if I did, does that make sense? Like, I think progress needs to be taken into account. If there were some way to calculate that, that'd be cool, but there's so much non-complete here that it's really hard to rate that. Far Cry 3, great game. Really hard to play nowadays. This is an example of a game that I love the story, I love the characters, I love the world, but a very, very difficult game to play in 2026. The big old 2026. Far Cry 3 is not an easy game to play. It hurts a little. Completely agree, you have to look at all the facts, but just having many patents without further information is not impressive by itself. Yes. And that's why I wasn't sure if I should bring up It's Illusion's account. Because that's exactly what his account is. But, to be fair, he was uploading platinum when that was the thing to do. But now the community is shifting to, well, let's actually finish these games. And again, I think that separates itself a little bit with tax brackets. If you can afford to buy DLCs just so you can get trophies, you know, you might be more inclined to do that, but not everybody can do that. Red Dead, didn't finish that. Resident Evil 5, great game. Got too much hate when it came out. I understand the hate, but it got too much. Really, really fun game. Probably play that with Crip if he's still down in a couple months, whenever we get around to it. I don't even own a physical copy of this game. I'll have to get it. Got to go to some local game stores and see what I can scrounge up. Stick of Truth, great game. He actually finished that. Good for him. He came back to clean it up, too, it looks like. Or maybe he was just picking at it over a few years. Black Ops 3, I understand. I have this one, and I understand. Lords of the Fallen, kind of a crappy game. I still want this one. Here's some more unobtainables. I told you he's got a few. So Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a big one for me. I really wish I could have this because I played these games on Xbox. But if I ever do play them again, it'll probably be on PC because of this. And I will say there's private servers for this. You can still get this, and they'll allow you on PlayStation trophies, but PSNP does not allow private servers. So they put a day that trophy became unattainable, and if you obtain it after that day, you're off the leaderboard. You're done. They might even ban your account. Like, they need to rethink that strategy, in my opinion, because there's some private servers that it's even harder to get trophies on the private server than it was on the original game. But I'm arguing at a wall. Nobody that runs PSNP is watching this stream. I completely understand not being able to buy all DLCs, but if you then also skip free DLCs, yes, exactly. Okay, fair. Absolutely fair. I do submit to that point. If it's a free DLC, brother, Cult of the Lamb, Graveyard Keeper, what else? Plenty of games do this, but those are the first two because they're in my list, and I have to go back for those two games seasonally, basically. I have to go back for Cult of the Lamb because they dropped some new trophies, but I say have to. That's an incredible game. Shout out to my wife. She actually showed that game to me, and yeah, I destroyed the trophy list. I ate that shit up within like 2-3 weeks, like just pounded away at that game. That was a weird way to say that. But yeah, so I actually look forward to going back to that one. But it's an example of the free DLC. Here's one that I actually also have. Neverwinter is an MMORPG. It's gone through a lot of changes over the years, and the hardest trophy is actually much easier nowadays, but no one does it anyways. I'm working on this trophy. I'm about halfway done with it. When I finish it, I will not have the platinum because I have a bunch of other stuff to do, but I've done a good chunk of this game. I want to finish it, but since it's an MMORPG, it gets updates. So it says DLC trophy packs, but these are not actually DLC. It's just updates, and a lot of these get a little bit ridiculous. Storm King's Thunder is already getting a little bit tricky. If you do this solo, you're not going to have a very easy time, and this is not something that's easy to do in matchmaking. Plus, it's an old dungeon. No one's running it anymore, or trial. Things like that. So this is a great game. I actually do really, I will sing praises of Neverwinter, but the way they handled the trophies is very much so like, you better play me. You better actually play this game. And some of these are very difficult. You can look at the rarity rate too if you want, but a lot of this is just, do you still play the game after completing X story? Do you still play the game after completing X campaign? Killing 500 Githyanki is not as hard as it sounds. You have to run like a dungeon or this trial a couple times, and you should get enough Githyanki to get this trophy. The other thing is, since it's an MMO, completing these achievements in game, like in the MMO, usually comes with some kind of reward, a cosmetic or a dye or a emote or something. You know what I mean? So, great game. I do need to go back for it, but it's got an extremely low 100%, and that's because you'll get the 100% and uninstall the game and leave it alone, and they release something else. So, I do need to go back and do this one before it shuts down, though. This game is ancient. Neverwinter, the first time I played it had to have been 2013, 2012. I guess it came out on console around 2016, but I started my console Neverwinter journey in 2020, and I shouldn't have done that because I'm way farther ahead in the PC version. So this is an example of a game that I wouldn't start. But if you want an ultra rare platinum, hey, it's right there, and I honestly don't think it's that hard. Maybe 100, maybe 100 to 200 hours for this game. Let's see what the guides. Yeah, 200. I'd say that's the high end. You could do this in about 120. If you weren't paying attention to the story and enjoying the game. If you were just rushing through it. I do have to go back for this though. Great game. I'd love to do it. And I already have a lot of progress in the worst trophy. So, but he probably tried it out. Went, oh cool. There's a what on PlayStation now? Probably with his buddies. Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Horrible. Wait. Was it Legion that was horrible? Here, I won't comment on it because I forgot. Watch Dogs 1, disappointment, but not bad. He didn't do the DLC. What is the DLC? Driving missions, co-op missions, blowing up an RC car. Now that sounds annoying, but I'd still go back and do that since, hey, here's an example. He owns that DLC, or at least he did at some point. Watch Dogs 2 as well is probably the same thing. He earned some of the trophies, but not all of them, because he liked the game enough to platinum it, but he didn't like it enough to either buy or finish the DLC, so I'll always recommend going back and doing that. We'll speed up a little bit here. Terraria, I would not play this on console. Destiny 1. Battlefield 1, didn't do the DLC. Ghost Recon Wildlands, didn't do DLC. I don't even know how I need to say that because it's become quite apparent. Mortal Kombat X, great game. Tearaway, good game. People need to finish this. It was a PS Plus pick game like 2016, 2017, probably 2017, but great game. What in the world is this? Ikimu? It's not shovelware. Recent players. Looks like Roki. It reminds me of this game. Great game, by the way. Scandinavian developer. I don't remember whose mythology specifically this takes inspiration from, but it's y'all's. So cute little game, very short platinum, little puzzle game. But that's what this makes me think of. Maybe a lesser version of Roki, but fairly common platinum. Inquisition, you didn't finish. Wow, finish Inquisition. That's a good game. Get Out of Hell. Debatably good game. Tom Clancy's Division 2, or Division 1, that is a cool platinum to have. This stuff costs money. So, but he's steady. He could probably do this. I don't want to speak on the man's behalf, but Last Stand sucks though. I wouldn't actually touch that. Personally. That's why I do not have the Division unhidden from my account. My sister started it. I love the game, I love the vibe, but I don't think I would play that much Division. Division 2 maybe, but Roki's from British dev? British dev? You're joking. Let me look this up again. I believe you. Polygon Treehouse? Well, they did a pretty decent job. They must have at least brought somebody in who knew what they were talking about, because I don't know, all the little like Tomta and stuff like that. It was very cute. It looks like they make a pretty diverse focus with their games. I don't know if this is the developers rendering themselves kind of in a social circle, like, oh, this is my OC, but this could actually just be a game they made. What else have they made? Real quick. Ambrosia. Yeah, this is a game they made. Mythwrecked, Ambrosia Island. Mythwrecked. Okay, so they like making games that revolve around some myth type stuff. Mythwrecked. I'm not gonna lie. You've got my curiosity a little bit. The artwork is amazing. Soft shades and cell shading. Beautiful. Yeah, I like their art style. The island is populated by the gods of Greek myth and legend. So is that Hephaestus? That makes sense. Yeah, he can make himself a wheelchair. Sure. Okay, cool. That's neat. We'll lock that one away for later. Roki's British dev. That's a little disappointing, actually. Thanks for letting me know, though. Six Siege Platinum. Okay. Game of Thrones. Kind of a crap game if that's the Telltale one. Prelude. Almost got this 100%. It's probably unobtainable. What's the one he's missing? Take a picture of an Air Jordan shoe? Brother, come on. Payback. Good game. Zero Dawn. 5. Far Cry 4. Fractured Butthole. Doesn't have Gran Turismo Sport. That's not surprising. This is a ridiculous game. Batman Telltale. Okay. I like this a lot, actually. Batman Telltale was quality. I did this for my Alphabet Challenge. NFL 2018. Okay, so he's a Brit that fancies himself some American football. Respect. It's basically just modern gladiatorial arena. Rhyme. I don't really like this game much. Mayo. I don't like seeing Mayo, actually. But it doesn't get minus points. Just because of how common this is. It's sort of a meme. So people can get this as like a free platinum and then claim that they just did it for the meme. It's, you're well aware. It's gotten that kind of legendary, graduated from being shovelware. And it has more effort than most shovelware. So honestly, Mayo, I don't rate that. One way or the other, I should say. Origins, great game. Do the DLC, brother. Some of this is really easy too, like the historical walkthrough thing where you learn about Egypt. Yeah. Like, that was actually kind of cool, learning about Egypt. I love that they did this. I wish they would do that more often. They did it for Valhalla. I might do a few of those. But there's no trophies for them, unfortunately. So, Curse of the Pharaohs is good, and so is the Hidden Ones. I think Pharaohs is the better one, better DLC, but probably should go back for that. Boy, I got my little... Mayo is 100% shovelware. I don't agree with some of the community greenlighting those for shovelware players to pad out their profile. Yes, but it's personal preference. You'll find that I don't have Mayo on my account, and I never will. But at the end of the day, your profile is your own to create. So if somebody wants to have Mayo on their profile, okay. But I think because of how the community feels about Mayo, I won't rate it. I just won't rate Mayo. I won't add. I won't subtract. One thing I will consider, though, and Sandra's is a good example of this, is he has this joke depending on how you feel about this, where for his milestones, 25, 50, 75, 100, whatever, he gets like crappy little shovelware games. Like I think Mayo 3 is like his number 75 milestone. That's funny. He's got Stroke the Dick Dick as his 100th platinum. It's kind of funny. He lost a bet though, I think, something like that. So, and it was on YouTube, so it's not like quote unquote he lost a bet. It's like dude actually lost a bet with chat and had to do it. He was very sad, but it's funny. I find it funny. Joke that nobody finds funny, just padding out his profile. Who can say? He could have very easily gotten his, I don't know, EA Sports FC as his 100th platinum. Infamous Second Son, good game. Battlefield 4 is a good plat. A Way Out, good game. 36 Fragments of Midnight, shovelware. Sorry, shovelware. In my opinion, shovelware. Dying Light. If you buy a cheap game just for the sake of the platinum, yeah, I think that is pretty much always considered shovelware. There's exceptions, obviously. A Slide, though. Come on. 34 seconds. It's a shovel. Life is Strange. Good game, good game. I will give some leeway to some of these shorter games that take like 2 hours, like Edith Finch. Edith Finch is not shovelware. We all know this. The Prelude... what in the world is this Prelude thing? I didn't realize they did a pre-release for each NBA game, and I didn't know he was into basketball, but just the Preludes. Maybe these are free. I'm not sure. Maybe these were free. Let me look it up. NBA 2K18 Prelude? Is that the word I was looking at? Like, what did this cost? I don't know enough about this to say anything on it, but it's cool to see 100% that aren't platinums. So, yay. Okay, so maybe when you buy the new game, it has like a free extra thing, kind of like Ground Zeroes with MGS5, and then you can play the actual game. But that's not surprising. These sports games never get platinumed because most people that play them are playing them casually. They're not trying to finish them. That's some good DLC to miss out on. A lot of uncompletes here. I'm trying to figure out when he really started hitting the trophy hunting, but I'm starting to think you might be right. NFL 20. So these sports platinums still impress me because sports games are so mind-numbing, in my opinion. It's something that you play with a party of people or with your buddies. It's not something I would think of when I think of completing things. Dude, delete this off your list. The Forest? Or go back and finish it. 3 platinums in a row. Jack and Jill. So Shovel. Inksplosion. I don't know if that's Shovel. It says it takes 1 hour, but he must have gotten interrupted. Conan Exiles, shit game. I wouldn't 100% it either. Midnight Deluxe, sounds like Shovel. Need for Speed, go a little bit faster. He does have Xenoverse 2 started, but never finished it. That's understandable. It's a dense game. Black Desert. Brother likes to start incompletable games. MMOs are a huge ask, man. If I were to start Final Fantasy XIV, I'd be playing that nonstop for 5 years before I get that platinum. Fallen Order, good game. Goat Simulator. Let's see. Mortal Kombat 11. Another UFC game. Far Cry 5. He's probably got this unobtainable, yeah? Or is it all unobtainable? Yeah, no, okay. RIP. Did not get to team level 150. I imagine that's a stupid grind. Yeah, 100 hours. It probably sucks. Bloodborne, Trials Fusion, Steep. Every single hard game started is just left at 2%. Started all Crash games and left them in 5 minutes. Yeah, I do see that. I do see that. And I do rate that negatively. Absolutely. That's a good point. I'll make note of it. Crash games and whatnot. Started but not complete is in calm. I'm going to do some shorthand for this because I'll be making more and more notes as we go through this series, this idea. AC Odyssey, great game. Good DLC. Didn't play it. Recon Breakpoint. Shit game. New Dawn, good game. Tie. I rate these. I rate Tie. I'll try not to give too many bonus points, but Tasmanian Tiger is a W. Here, a W. Great games. Very fun little platformers. I guess if you didn't play them as a kid, they might have a little bit less of a luster to them, but they're very charming. Australian humor, things like that. The first one is probably the best one. Second one is pretty good, and the third one is not as good, but still fun. So if you're okay with platformers that are maybe a little bit more kid-friendly, great game. Great game. Mayo 2 in 36 minutes. Okay, I don't rate that. Astro's Playroom. Didn't do the DLC for Astro's Playroom. Isn't it like speedruns or something? Yeah, brother, come on. Special bat rescues. These are really easy. It takes like maybe 20 minutes, especially if you look up solutions, and maybe a little longer if you don't. Worms Rumble. Destiny 2. It's a rough one. I'll be fair. It's a rough one. Six Siege again, probably an auto pop. Yeah, I don't rate auto pops in a good way. Auto pops are a negative for me. So I'll just start putting a counter for auto pops. It's the first one I've noticed, but I don't like that personally. Bunch of incomplete. So this is where I think maybe he started really getting into it. It was early 2021. Days Gone, Escapist 2. He loved this game, I know for sure. He played Heat, he played Wreckfest, he played Miles Morales. I do like this game. Ghost of Tsushima did not finish DLC. You're right, he's got a trend here. Starts a lot of games, gets one trophy, and then never plays them again. Tennis World Tour 2. Not sure that's a game I'd pick to start. Tennis is cool, though. Watch Dogs Legion. House Flipper. Interesting. AC Valhalla. I don't rate that. Didn't do DLC. I'm doing that stuff right now. Deathloop. Gotta play that DLC, man. Good DLC. He's missing out on a lot of good stuff. Dirt 5. Okay. No Man's Sky is a great game. Go finish it. It's pretty easy. Maneater. DLC is fun and easy. Outriders. DLC is challenging but fun. Battle for Bikini Bottom. I don't like this game. This remaster killed the game for me. International Boxing EU. I mean, he's a boxer, so this looks like Shovel, but it's not even a platinum. And look at the gold, silver, bronze. I rate it. Mayo 3. Bet. Minecraft Set 2. Dude, join a custom realm and just go down the aisle, and you can unlock all these bonus trophies for little effort. If you don't want to play Minecraft, just do that. It's okay. It's your list. Riders Republic, I rate that. Good game. Tom, yeah, so this is when he really started. Skater XL, Battlefront, Super Hot. Super Hot's an impressive one. Very, very, very challenging platinum. Well, actually, it's the PS4. It's very challenging on VR. I've never played it on console. I don't know what the comparison would be. Drake's Fortune Remastered. That is a rough one. Bully, rough one. Mortal Kombat 11. This is where he's really, really starting to crack down. Biomutant, shit game. Among Thieves, okay. Stray, haven't finished that one. Personally, Goat Simulator 3, do the DLC, brother. Anthem, shit game. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. I love these, not for everybody. Saints Row, shit game. Red Dead 2. The fact that he's completed Red Dead 2 but has not completed some of these free DLCs and games that he's already platinumed is a little disappointing, but maybe he'll turn around. Unbound, good game. Shadow of War, I did that one last year. This was our first stream game. Great game. Very challenging DLC. Mafia, Marvel's Avengers, why would you do that to yourself? Minecraft Dungeons, why would you even start this? Mafia 2, great game, do the DLC. Titanfall 2, okay. Jedi Fallen Order, Thief Simulator. I think I remember him playing this. Mafia 3, good luck, anybody who does this. I have this coming up, and I do have the tip that you pointed out for me, so I'm going to have to try and navigate that, but the DLC for this game is actually not bad, so come on. Gotham Knights, Far Cry 3, the remaster. UGG, great game from an Australian studio. A lot of really good humor in this. If you like British-style humor, Australian humor is very similar. Tekken 7, Shadow of Mordor is a very challenging DLC, but it was a long time cleanup. I love seeing this. It took him 8 years to come back and finish this. DLC is very challenging in this game, though. I'll rate that. If he had completed the 100%, I'd rate it even higher, but Shadow of Mordor is not super, super easy. Dead Island 2, he that's a weird one, too, because he loved this game. He said so in the video that he was surprised by how much he loved it. Why didn't we finish it? What was on offer with these DLCs that we just weren't interested in? If it was more of the same, you'd think we would have gone for that. This sounds fun. Ram into 5 zombies or getting headshots with a crossbow. It doesn't sound too difficult, but it sounds fun. This could be hard, maybe. Outward. I think I've heard of this. Wouldn't start that. Chivalry 2 is tough. PUBG, I don't care for Battle Royales, but, I mean, power to you. Jedi Survivor, Guardians of the Galaxy, great game. L.A. Noire, good game. Far Cry 6, I've got 3-year cleanup here, right? Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, Zombie, shit game. Liberation, good game. Made for PSP, though, or Vita, whichever. So, not necessarily something that feels good to a modern gamer, but it's good. Great DLC for Sleeping Dogs. Didn't finish it. Spider-Man Remastered. He actually did the DLC. Nice. I'd like to see that. Dying Light Stay Human. Get to the end of his list here. I'm trying to speed up a little because I want to go through at least a few more lists. I love this game. I really wanted more. Such a shame there wasn't more. 70% complete. That's what I'm saying. That of a gamer who, in this case, makes videos out of certain games. Stop behavior of a trophy hunter. I understand. I understand. I understand. But he is a trophy tuber, so that's why he ended up being on the trophy tuber lists that I was reviewing. So you and I don't define it. We can for ourselves, you know, but 9-year completion on Black Flag. I love to see that. Did not go for the DLC, and I understand. Most of it is multiplayer based, and it's these like game modes that nobody played even when they came out. Freedom Cry is easy though. I don't know why you wouldn't run through this real quick. It's a very short game, if you want to call it that. And it has its standalone now, but easy. Mirage, he'll probably go back for that DLC. I do think he will. Even though that DLC pisses me off. I already told you about that. Didn't play New Game Plus on Spider-Man 2. UFC 5 makes sense. Let's see, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. Having these done is still cool, but come on, man. Legacy of Thieves, he did that whole thing. Fartnut, he's got Fartnut. Uncharted, I don't rate this, honestly. I know it's a difficult platinum, and it's like super time consuming. Because I rate this similar to how I rate this. If something's a 10 out of 10 and takes 30 hours, I feel like it's equivalent to something that's a 3 or a 5 out of 10 and takes almost 1,000 hours. I rate that. But I just don't like this game, man. I don't like the art style. I don't like the idea of it. I mean, the game that it is you get the Platinum for, which is the actual PvE game mode, is interesting, but the art style is so... And then the reputation the game has, I don't know, it hits it pretty hard for me, but worth recognizing that he did it. Darksiders, good games. Hogleg, good God, he's got so many games on this list. I'm glad I didn't go through everything he's got, but wow. Cat Quest he loved, by the way, so if there's a Cat Quest that comes out with DLC, he probably won't play the DLC even though he loves the games. Prince of Persia is cool. He got these in rapid succession. I don't know much about these games, I'll admit. I've seen him play them a little. It's like it's like Assassin's Creed, but like proto Assassin's Creed, but it's Prince of Persia, so there's a little more to it, but can't speak from experience. Tales from the Borderlands, that's a good one, I think. This is a great game. Order 1886 deserved a little bit more love. Rise of the Ronin, First Descendant. I've done this one. One Shot Adventure, Dishonored 1 and 2, and Death of the Outsider in rapid succession. I like seeing stuff like this, man. The series in order on the profile is cool. I was going to do that with Yakuza, but I didn't want to get burnt out. I wanted to enjoy the series, so that's why I'm spacing out Yakuza. This looks like a shovelware. Flight Simulator. This one's actually broken. This game, he bought a really shitty, low-rated game, and then was, not to be mean, but he was surprised when it didn't work. This trophy is impossible to obtain. Like completely impossible to obtain. So, not surprising considering the quality of the game, which is to say there isn't any. But there's recent players. I'd be sad to say he probably caused a few people to try this game out. Well, I can get the trophy. It's literally impossible. Astrobot, come on. Ratchet and Clank, good game. Good game. What's going on here? Dude. It takes like an hour. Skyrim 100%. I love to see stuff like that. Skyrim's a good game. Fridge Escape. Shovels. It's got at least 5 shovels by now. We'll put him up at 7. I kind of think I might rate Mayo as shovels. Got Minecraft Platinum again. This is another shovel. Bug Snacks, good DLC, come on. Edith Finch, good game. Jusant, good game. Undisputed, shit game, he hated it. Teardown, not too bad of a game. Cat Quest 2, Red Dead 1. So he did go do the PS4 version of Red Dead 1 that did not have the multiplayer grind. Go figure, I understand. Good one. This is a tall ask. The fact that he came back to it last year is interesting, but I can see why he didn't push through. It is not a platinum I would recommend. Great game though, fantastic game. Body Cam, yeah, he did a whole video idea for these. That's why he's played so many shitty games here. Not shovels. This was for one of his little challenge video ideas. That hurts to see. So 15-year platinum, great, but I would have loved to see this 100%. And, well, it would be 16 years now if he did it, so, and these games are worth finishing. But he did this on PS streaming. He doesn't own a physical copy or the DLC, so that sort of plays into my whole, if you don't have the DLC, I understand why you wouldn't do it. Pal World, Atomfall, good DLC. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, this remaster. I don't like this platinum. I'm still going to get it because I love Oblivion, but it requires you to play the game in a weird way. You don't even have to finish the game to get the platinum. You just have to do specific things that it asks, and then that's it. You can just uninstall. 6-year completion on Fallout Shelter. Went back for it. 5 days, 1 week, 1 week. All these Fallout games. He did not go back to the PS4 version of Fallout 4, and he did not do the DLCs. Fallout games have amazing DLC. If you can, please play Fallout DLC. You're only doing yourself a favor. Shadows, the free DLC, did not play it. Rooftops and Alleys, it's not Shovel. I was about to write that down as Shovel, it's not. Wonderlands, I've got this one twice. Borderlands 2, prequel, pre-sequel. He did all the DLCs for these Borderlands games. This is very tedious and annoying and generally nonsense, especially Wonderlands. Wonderlands DLC is ass, but he did it, so that's a weird note. Started Ready or Not, Mind's Eye, bunch of VR stuff too. I think these two are VR games. No, Firebreak was this, I call it a Left 4 Dead-like, almost. Mission-based, maybe more like Rock and Stone. Old Country, good game. Free DLC. Metro Last Light Redo, good game. Exodus, easy DLC. Border Police, it's an interesting one to choose. It must have been for a video. Destiny's, horrible game. Battlefront Classic, mishandled. Sector Shooter. I don't rate that as Shovel. I saw the video. It doesn't look easy. Skate 2. He went back for Skate 2. Maybe there was the pre-shutdown for the servers or something, and he just couldn't get it done. This is an example of an unobtainable game that you can still get that I don't think PSNP will try and kill you for. A lot of these, you can still get them through community collaboration, from what I understand. But the problem is the leaderboards are hacked. So, Hello Neighbor 2. I don't get why people play this. Hello Engineer. Okay, yeah, so he had a Hello Neighbor video, clearly. Borderlands 4. I am impressed that he did this in 6 days. 7 days. In 1 week, he 100%ed Borderlands 4. What? Until Dawn Original, Forbidden West. I chose a chunky list to go over for the first list, yeah? Firebreak is live service slop. It is. It is. It is. I rate Plants vs. Zombies, though. 14-year completion for the original on PS3. Horrible way to play that game, by the way. Didn't finish Garden Warfare. I'm pretty sure there was a reason for that. These don't sound like the issue trophies. It sounds like he just didn't want to play more, which is understandable if you grinded out this whole platinum list. This platinum is a little bit silly, in a bad way. Skate, this is, yeah, the new one. I rate that. Horrible design. Live service flop. Battle for Neighborville, 1 week. Replanted, 1 week. Got some AI stuff going on in this game, but I don't think they abused it too hard. B-Sim, shit game, but my brother-in-law loves it, so hey. I rate that. Garden Warfare 2, horrible DLC. Toy Story Mania, Control, amazing DLC. Brother, College Football 26. So you're right, we just like to start games and never look at them again. He's played Crime Scene Cleaner. He's probably not about to finish that. He's probably done with it already, right? If we look at his tendencies. What do you think? What do you think, Drake? We finally got to the end of Study's list. It only took us 40-ish, 45 minutes. I think I'm floating around... Let me consider my notes. You go ahead and put how you feel in the chat. I'm just going to think about this for a second. He's only got one auto pop, by the way. I counted 8 shovels. He likes to play boxing games because he was a boxer. He starts a bunch of games and doesn't finish them, especially crash games and more difficult stuff. He has every Mayo except for the Re-Mayo games. But he does have Dragon Ball Xenoverse. He started Bloodborne and did not even get halfway through. The ultra rare count is a good thing to look at. I mean, his trophy cabinet's nice, though. Like, none of these are particularly easy. PUBG, I can't really comment on because I don't play it, but I know Arc Raiders Plat is a pretty tall ask, and this is considered pretty impressive in the community, even though I don't like the game. I guess I can still recognize the platinum, so plus points for this cabinet, but that is a very low ultra rare count. 45 out of 100. We're starting off pretty brutal, but I did ask you. His rarest trophies are all from Fartnut. I probably shouldn't have asked your score before I scored him. It's swaying me a little bit, but I would have put him at low 60s out of sheer volume, but you've got a point. A lot of non-completes, low completion rate, low ultra rares. Man, 45 out of 100 for Study. I'll call that the chat ranking, even though it's just you for now. But I like his videos too, so I'm a little bit biased. That's the other thing is if I've watched someone's videos or if I've played games with them, I'll have a preference. So I need to try and get rid of that bias. This is a very low completion percentage, and he's got a lot of easy cleanup he could do. He's just not about it. This does separate different kinds of trophy hunters, I suppose, if you want to call them categories. And he's a different kind than I am, or you are. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. If he wanted to really turn around and be a trophy hunter, he'd come back and finish a lot more of these things. I still consider MHB a trophy hunter, even though he doesn't. We'll go through his list too. It's a lot shorter. I'll give him a 57. I know that seems high, but I was originally low 60s, so I'm meeting you in the middle mostly, just because I do trust the things you're saying. There's a lot he can do to improve this list, and I don't think he will. As the other thing is potential and intent. Like I said earlier, this list has potential, but I don't think he has any intent to clean it up or finish things. I think you're right. He's just a gamer that makes videos. I mean, he does post platinum videos, so that's why he's a trophy hunter. The fact that he does complete games at all does set him apart. Most people don't even have 5 platinum trophies. I say most people, I mean most people on PSN, not most people on PSNP. Obviously, if you're on PSNP, you want to get more, but that's why I rate him a little bit higher than you would. So 45 out of 100 for chat, and then 57 out of 100 for me is how we're rating study. Let's bring in the leaderboard and see if we can figure out how to add this. This might not be the right website. I might have to do this a different way. This doesn't feel very efficient. How about instead we do a notepad for now, and I will make a leaderboard and I'll post it on a channel post. So let me just close my bing bong. Here we go. Got a notepad. We'll put his username study101. I thought he had another PlayStation profile account, but clearly, or PlayStation account, but clearly he doesn't because this is his current. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice. He's got the H of Doom. I do too, to be fair, but he's hidden trophies from his profile. 81 hidden trophies. We'll have to take into account what those hidden trophies are. Eventually, when we're reviewing other people's lists, we'll ask them what's hidden and why. I think why matters very much, but certain other people don't think that the why matters. So, yeah. So we'll say his chat score, 45 out of 100. My score, 57 out of 100. Because I see a lot of potential in the account. Again, I don't think he'll go for it, but... Okay. That's study. We have finished study's account. That took a while because it's a beefer. 81 is a lot of hidden, but I have a lot of hidden as well. I'm working on trying to unhide them because some of them are games I played, but the ones that are games I did not play, I'm still debating on if I want to go back and complete those or if I want to just leave them as is, but we'll see. I'll unhide the division though because I mean I've played it. Let's go ahead and bring in the next list. Thank you, Study, for your list. It was very fun to trawl through. We'll do this next one a little bit faster because I want to do a few more before I get off for the day. I do want to look at Mayor Hair Bear. I really like him as a YouTuber. He's very, I think he's a very positive influence on the community. A lot of people love him. And he's pretty decently ranked in his country, in Australia. A lot of our friendlier people in the community are Australian, it seems. So, Australian or they live there. I know of at least one expat who lives in Australia, American expat. So, pretty short list too. So, Jiminy Criminal, 9,000 total trophies, 188 platinums, reasonable spread of these, nothing to be alarmed at with the golds. Rip Valzu? What happened to Valzu? Is he not, just no mention? Is that what you mean, Rip Valzu? I didn't mention him. Valzu's excellent. We can go over his profile next. I don't know what his PSN is, but if you do, go ahead and throw it my way, and we can do him after MHB. I love MHB. He's a really sweet guy, or he seems to be a really sweet guy. Don't know, just got... Oh, right. He dropped that really good... Yeah, he dropped some really banger videos, and then he just hasn't uploaded. Where was the one that I liked a lot? He had the... I think it was an alphabet video he did. It was either this one or some. I think it had to have been this video he did. That inspired me to like get back into content creation. It was a Valsu video. I wish he'd circle back. He's cool. I don't know if he streams. Let's see if he's streamed recently. Doesn't look like he's streamed recently. No schedule either. Rip Valzu. Okay, that's sad. MHB's got 372 games played, 158 completed, 54% completion, 8,000 unearned trophies, 2 trophies per day, 34,000 views. He's a YouTuber, and pretty decent country ranking. And he is the one I was talking about whose philosophy is entirely different from yours. I'm somewhere in between. It depends on the game. If you didn't like the game, don't play the DLC. If you push yourself through a platinum you didn't enjoy, why would you play more of the game? But to be fair, he's also done this. Yikes. So don't expect any DLC really paid attention to unless he liked the game a lot. That is to say, he didn't do New Vegas's DLC, but in the video he did say he was planning on going back for it. It's just playing these games on PS3 is a difficult task. We'll start from the bottom here with Jiminy Criminal. I know he started on PS3. His account's been around for a while. We'll go through these quickly. A lot of these are unobtainable, or you can't go back to them. Oh, this is also an incog. Let me go ahead and fix that so we can get PSNP Plus. Here we go. All right, MHB, I'm going to go over your list. Be nice about it because I think you're cool. He's not 100% true, though. He just likes to get the platinum and move on. Like I said, if he doesn't like the game, I'm in support of that. A lot of uncompletes here at PS3 that he does plan on going back to. They're on his wheel. So most of this is going to be done, or at least at some point to some degree. SMB would be a good one to go back to, but I don't think he's a high difficulty gamer. It does hurt to see stuff like this, getting 1 trophy in a game and then never playing it again, but we all do that. We've all done it at least once. Some of us go back and do the game anyway, and some of us just hide it. Binding of Isaac, that's an interesting one to start. Go ahead and scroll through a lot of these incompletes because this is way before he was trophy hunting. Rocket League is his first platinum. That's pretty common. Seems like a lot of people have that as their first. Sniper Elite 4, I always mistake this from Minecraft because this weird symbol on it. Shadow of Mordor, second platinum, took him 2 years. Platinum in 6 months for Watch Dogs 2. Order 1886, great games. That's platinum number 4. A bunch of sports games. Guitar Hero, that's a tall order for completion. More. Some good stuff. Ukulele, Replayly is good, but I've heard that people didn't like much the original. There's a lot of issues with it. Precursor Legacy, another easy one for his 5th plat. Ghost of Tsushima, amazing game. Didn't do New Game Plus or any of the multiplayer. Scrolling back up. Stray, didn't finish Stray, neither have I. I need to go back and do that. Elden Ring, had one trophy and never went back to it. I don't know. Ollie is fun too. I would go back for Ollie. And Darksiders is a pretty easy 100% to get, but he didn't even platinum. Does this have DLC? I might be tripping. I think it's just a base game. Maybe he finished it. Yeah, he didn't do it on the hardest difficulty. Understandable. Like I said, I'm going to be a lot gentler with MHB just because I like him. He's so nice to people. Spider-Man Remastered, missed out here. That's really good story DLC. It's a little tedious, but it's fun. Tales from Borderlands, crap game, Lara Croft Go. Tacoma, people love this. Tekka 7, Sonic Origins, I rate that. Blackfall, Grim Fandango, I rate that. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, horrible game. Goosebumps the game, not great. Insomnus, it's an okay game. Darker Skies, back in 1985. Batman Telltale, Game of Thrones. Deliver Us the Moon, good game. Ape Escape, I like it. Spirit of the North, I think I've seen this. Chicken Cart, shit game. He did this for a video. Tale of Paper, I know nothing about this. Donut County, looks like a lot of fun. I have a version of this on my phone that I play every once in a while. It's just good fun. Not a shovel. If I see this account on someone's account, it's not a shovel because it's genuinely fun. It's a good game. Just wish it were longer. Wish there was more. Goat Sim, Moons of Madness, Ratchet and Clank, Storm Boy, kind of a shit game. Don't know if I rate that as shovel, but it's poop. It looks sweet. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's absurdly short. Pumpkin Jack, okay, medium. Murdered Soul Suspect. This is supposed to be kind of bad. Stick of Truth. That's a rough plat. Look at these like difficulty ratings, and it's like, oh, this game doesn't ask that much of you, but some games can be irritating or pointlessly stressful, and this is an example of that. He got it in 23 hours, though, so props. Or he got it in a day, 23 hours and 59 minutes. But Stick of Truth is sure, it's a 4 out of 10 difficulty, but what an annoying platinum. Tsushima again. Nah, auto pop. Oops, I don't like that. My name is Mayo. I don't rate Mayo. Let's see. Callisto Protocol, we finished. We didn't do the 100%. I understand. Most people that finish this game just wanted to be done with it. It's not a good game. Save Room. Decent game. Very short, obviously. Mass Effect. I rate that. That is not an easy plat. 3 out of 10 is not something I really believe. This isn't the hardest Mass Effect game by any means, but it's not an easy game. Especially if you don't play shooter RPGs like this. This is a... No. We'll continue. Last was Part 1, 100%. Very nice. Dead Space. This doesn't require grounded, though, does it? He's not a difficulty gamer, though. You know? Deathloop 100%. He loved this game. So that's the thing with MHB. If he loves a game, he'll do the DLC. But if he doesn't like the game... Do you know what I mean? Though I do see some contradictions up here. Bully, Ghostwire, Fallen Order. I'm just not a big Triple B fan, but it's fine. BFBB it's a good game. It's just I got dissed by this game. I got personally dissed by this game. Not a single hard game done at all except for a partial Crash Bandicoot. Yes, we'll get to further explanation. Cosmic Shake's supposed to be decent. BioShock, a game that I'm pretty sure he loved, but if I'm not mistaken, yes. So speedruns and stuff like that. Speedruns aren't super fun. It depends on who you are. I like speedruns in Resident Evil, though, so I'll be entirely fair. But he does love this game, but he didn't get the DLC done. So either there's quality in question of this DLC, or he doesn't own it. This game, this series, this mini-series of Sniper Ghost Warrior, I've done one of these. I don't recommend them. So, Star Wars Racer, great game. Mortal Kombat 11, that's a surprising platinum for MHB. I forget that he's a big fighting game player. He loves his fighting games. A lot of his 100% completes are fighting games. That 10,000 Pints of Blood is... it's actually a little bit of a grind. But clearly he just played enough to get that real quick. So, Control, great DLC. Come on, brother. Let's see. I don't rate not completing these. I do hate seeing this, but like I said, we all do it. Everybody's list has at least one of these, and whether or not they went back to it or not is up to them, but it's pretty common. Video game, Fast and Furious, The Ascent, good game. I don't know anything about this DLC. It just sounds like more of the same. I don't know when it came out, though, either. The thing is with these YouTubers, too, you gotta think, they platinum a game, and that might be 100% when they platinum it, and then they come back, and suddenly it's not complete anymore. But they're already working on other projects, they're working on other videos, challenges, whatever. So, leeway to YouTuber accounts, they get a little bit of breathing room, because you can't always complete the DLC when you complete the game, and going back isn't always easy if it's not your current project. You have to have a video. And 5 trophies does not make a video. I mean, it can, but aren't you just farming clicks? So you have to go back during your free time. But if all your free time is spent editing videos and planning streams, when are you going to have time to go back to re-download a game to play it for 5 trophies? It's an unrealistic ask for a content creator. That's why I rate these guys differently than the general public. You know what I mean? If you submit your list to me, as far as I know, you don't make videos. So I'm currently not making videos. So I still trophy hunt in my free time. I can still go back and clean up games that I don't want to stream. But once I really get into the rhythm of making the long-form content, which it's in progress, I don't know if I'll have as much time to go back and do 2 trophies, or the 1 New Game Plus trophy for Spider-Man 2. It's a philosophy thing, maybe, but I think it's also kind of logical there. Like, I understand. Dredge's DLC came out after he finished it, which is the Eldritch Horrors thing. Yeah, so you get the Arctic expansion. This is supposed to be really cool. Iron Rig is like near an oil rig. It's supposed to be really neat. I haven't played these, but these came out after he finished it. So I don't blame him for not having going back, because he's a YouTuber. He's very involved in the community, and he's doing a PS3 challenge. We'll get to that in just a second here. That was his entire thing last year, and it was really cool to see, actually. Good game, though. Dredge, I do recommend playing this. Dredge is fantastic. Completely fair. So here, almost at 50% average rarity, very high, which is completely fair in every single way. But we were judging the trophy profile, not their work schedules. That's fair, but the trophy profile is a story. Every trophy profile is a story. It's a gaming story. It's how did they start and how are they doing. It's what have they been doing and what do they prefer to do. What games do they like? What games do they not like? Maybe he didn't like Mirage, right? You know what I'm saying? You can get a lot of information just from looking at all these games. He started NBA 2K. Maybe he played it with his brother for like 20 minutes or so. Haven't played it since. You know what I mean? Especially since I know to him completion percentage is just not that important. And again, that's a personal philosophy thing. Can't really rate people having different philosophies. But I will say this is a tough game. I don't know why you'd start this. I've looked at this list a couple of times and it's just like it just looks repetitive. I don't rate Dragon Quest builders, but people say it's good, so maybe I'll give it a chance. I have Portal Knights, so, but you gotta consider a schedule for if, like I said, YouTubers I rate differently because you know what their upload schedule's like, you know what they're up to most of the time. He doesn't have time to do this. I wouldn't either. I would not go for 15's DLC personally. If I had 15's Platinum, I'd probably have most of this done. This is unobtainable, of course, but some of these DLCs is just pointless. This one is like it's not anything interesting, but Royal's good. This was good when you could still play it. It was really cute. Yeah, you could have like a little chocobo. Haven't played this one, but I don't rate 15. But also that's why I rate YouTubers different. Like if I rate your account versus mine, we're gonna have different tendencies. I think tendencies matters when it comes to a trophy list, and especially since you can see them. Platinum the game. I platinumed Battlefield Hardline in 2023. I could see the YouTube title already. 15 is not obtainable. Just play on a correct patch and be offline. I'll have to give it a go then because I like that game. 15 is fantastic. A little heavy on the product placement, but that's cool. These are supposed to be fun. These are on my radar because of him. So you know, head nod towards him for putting that on my plate. Jak 2 and 3 cleanups on PS4. Spider-Man 2 hasn't done the New Game Plus. This is what I was talking about. Does he have time for a 4 or 5 hour playthrough of a game he's already 100% completed? No. Plus, it's Spider-Man 2. I don't rate this, honestly. When I see more incomplete Spider-Man 2s, I don't rate that. It's a 97% completion. It's one trophy for a 4 to 5 hour playthrough of a game you've already done. In a game story that's a little underwhelming. It's not a bad story. Maybe a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, but like I would play through Marvel's Spider-Man 1 right now. I would start and play through that again right now. But you know, Mortal Kombat 1, see he likes his fighting games. Alan Wake 2, rough game to play, and especially around this time. So hopefully he goes back to this, because I know he likes these survival horror games. Maybe a little less than Bushido. I'd like to do Bushido at some point. I'd like to do Bushido. I'd like to do his list at some point. Probably not today, though. We're getting a little bit close to the time I wanted to end, but we'll go past that, because I wanted to do at least 3 profiles today. Stake of Truth, Annoying Ass Platinum, 8-year cleanup. Fractured But Whole, 6-year cleanup. Lord of the Rings, 8-year cleanup. You're seeing a trend, yeah? Shout out to the Damned. I don't know anything about this. Maybe he rolled this in the wheel and then it was unplayable or something. But Borderlands 100%. 2 months. So what he's got. This is the prelude. I know this is the PS4 version, but these PS3 completes and these PS4 completes are a prelude to. He's got a huge stack of physical PS3 games, and he put them all on a wheel, and he's just playing to completion, to entire completion, whatever it lands on. Well, mostly completion. There's another example of being the Fallout games. Those are hard to play on PS3, but he does intend to. Ragnarok, I rate that 100% too. So he went back into the DLC. I think he did a video on this. Good DLC. The trophies didn't ask much though. Crash cleanup, 6 years. Lego Hobbit, 1 week. That's impressive. This game is annoying as shit. Could have had the Crash Bandicoot games back to back though, brother. Oh man, missed opportunity here. So Crash 2, 6-year cleanup. Crash Warped, 6-year cleanup. Didn't 100%, but what's that going to be? Stormy Ascent? No, it's at the future tense. I keep getting these mixed up. CTR, he's very close. I don't remember why he put a pause on this, but he put a pause on this. Oxide Trials, hard difficulty, unlock all characters. So just the time trials, nitrous oxide. I have no doubt he'll get this done. He's good at racing games. FX, what's weird? Oh, did somebody get banned in it? He's not close to CTR at all. I don't, that's what I'm saying though. I don't know what his in-game progress is. I don't know how many of these he's already done. It says beat all. He could have all except one, or he could have half of them. I don't remember the video. I think he might have tapped out because he was like, I've got other things I want to do. I don't want to spend my next 3 months playing CTR. Maybe he got skilled out. He's a little older than me too, so I can feel myself slowing down already, and I'm only 26. 43 trophies are free at 1 out of 10 difficulty, 8 out of 10 difficulty. But that's what I'm saying, though, is I give him some credit because he could be working on this right now, in this immediate moment. I don't know what time it is in Australia, so I doubt it. But he could be chipping away, right? We don't know what his progress is, to be fair to you. So you could say he has no progress. You could say he's almost done. We won't know until we start seeing trophies pop. But I believe in him. I believe in MHB to go back for Nitro Fueled. But I also support his decision to not go back for it if it's not in the interest of his time. We only get so much in our lives, right? AC2 cleanup, and then immediately going back and doing the PS3 version. That's an interesting move. I know this one doesn't have multiplayer, though. So, I mean, you could go do this if you had a PS3. I might still do this one. This was going to be my Alphabet A, and I did Mirage instead, and now I'm regretting it, so. Brotherhood Revelations, cleaned up back-to-back off of the SEO collection. I like to see that. 2042, yikes, that's painful. Sorry about that, brother. Republic Commando, banger game. Absolutely great game. Pre-sequel, not everyone's cup of tea. Mafia, great game. South Park Snow Day, horrible game. He said so in the video, though. Lost Frontier, I haven't played this one. Demon Souls, ugh, bleh. Waste of time. Demon Souls is a waste of time platinum-wise. If you want to play through the game, and you care about completion percentage, play through Demon Souls on a separate sub-account. Don't bother with the world tendency bullcrap. It's such a waste of your time. It's a good platinum to have on your account, but it's pain. It's pain for no reason. Clone Wars, supposed to be pretty good. 76, he's got this in the plan, so I wouldn't rate this. It was a community thing. They were all helping him with it. He's going to do the 100%. I don't doubt him for a second. He just played so much of it. He played like 100, 200 hours of this within like a couple weeks. So, yeah, take a break, brother. Force Awakens cleanup, 7 years. Family Guy, this is supposed to be pretty shit. Multiverses was bad when it came out. The beta was nice. So, Cars 2. Daxter, supposed to be fantastic. Racerama, I think this was horrible. Necromunda, I haven't heard anything about this. If you know anything about this one, let me know. I've seen it, but I haven't played it. Origins Wolverine, great game. I rate that highly. Deadpool, tough game. I rate that pretty highly. Driven to Win, Cars 3 is supposed to be okay, and then he did the Saw game. Then he did some shit games here. This is supposed to be kind of like a shit games period. Gollum is like one of those like don't touch it. Like it's not even like sensationalized how bad it is. It is just a waste of time. This game does not respect your time at all. There's no reason to get this unless you get it for the meme and the rarity. Because I mean, hey, that's kind of nice. Solid 2 Flesh and Blood, not a horrible game. Alan Wake 1, tough plat. Toy Story 2, Toy Story Mania, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 3. I wonder if that was for a video. Wukong, the real Black Myth Wukong. I remember this video. Space Marine 2, it's a tall order. It's a game you play with the boys. I wouldn't want to do this solo. It's got a bit of a grind to it. Yeah. I do intend to do this one. It's on the wheel. Or it's on the list. It's on the backup list, I think, for the wheel. The problem is I want to have a group of people to play it with, and I don't. I don't have... Most of my friends are on PC. So to do co-op things on PlayStation is a little more difficult for me, and I don't trust people to do game sessions with Warhammer 40k. Maybe subscribers in the future, but we'll see. World at War Plat, I rate that. And this DLC is tedious. A lot of Call of Duty DLC is like that, but like I would still go back and clean up some of this easier stuff. Like this is simple. This is simple. But these YouTubers got other stuff to do. Classic Edition Far Cry 3, rough play in modern day. It's such a good game, but they just the FOV is like so close. It's like maybe a 50 or a 60 FOV, and you can't adjust it. It's horrible. It gave me headaches, but I completed it because I love the story. But I had to sit way back from the TV. Original Far Cry 3 on PS3 did not finish, probably because of the multiplayer trophies. Full cross between Steam, Epic Games Store, PlayStation. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Will be supported from day one. Is that just a quick Google search that you did for me? Maybe I should have done that myself, yeah? Okay, I rate that. Fall Guys, this is after the patch for the glitch. So he must have just been chipping away at this over the years. I don't think he did a video on this. I've never played this, but it looks fun. Fall Guys looks like a fun game. I'd like to try it at some point, but I've never played it. And I think the popularity is waning anyways. Silent Hill 2. Is this the remake or the HD remaster? This looks like the remaster. Oh, it is, isn't it? No, this is the Bloober Team remake. Interesting. This isn't a super time-consuming one. Maybe he got distracted with other projects or something. I'm not sure why he didn't finish this. This is a fun game. I actually like Marvel Rivals. Sorry, I like my Marvel live service slop. It's so much fun. I play with my wife. That probably helps a lot. I play with my brother-in-law. He's really funny. So that's probably what we're going to be doing later today. Meeting some family for lunch here in like an hour or two, but we'll probably be playing some Rivals tonight. I love playing this with my friends and family. It's so much fun. Don't think I'd grind out the plat, though, because, well, I mean, I kind of already have, actually. I think on PC I've gotten the majority of the achievements. So I could realistically get this platinum. I'm not playing it on PlayStation. You hear me? You hear me? So if it has cross progression, maybe I'll do that. But I rate this. This is a good game. It'd be cool if you had the platinum, but I mean, not everybody's a live service grinder. There's my cousin logging on to play Rivals right now. Shout out to Zell. Peggle 2, 7-year cleanup. I've played Peggle before. It's unique. It's fun, and he liked it a lot. Plus, I'm pretty sure his name's Jimmy, so of course he'd do Jimmy's challenges. Helldivers 2, brother, I'd go back and do that. Coffee talk in 6 hours, 45 minutes. Wasn't in a hurry. He was reading all the dialogue. Appreciate that. Resistance Retribution. What is Infected mode? Sounds like multiplayer. Twisted Metal. The classics catalog, Twisted Metal. Gardens Between. True Colors, supposed to be a fantastic game. UGG, again, love to see that one. Miles Morales. Liberation. Sonic Frontiers is genuinely a good game. I was surprised. Wife got it for me not too long after it came out, and I loved it. I loved every second of this. It was surprisingly good. Crew 2, good. Dead Island 2, didn't play that DLC. It came out after he platinumed it. No, it didn't. It came out right before he platinumed it, so he just either didn't buy it, or is waiting on a sale, or is not going to bother. I can't remember if he liked this game or not. Seems like not very many people do this DLC either. Must not be great. When I do Dead Island 2, I will do the DLC, but if it's a suffering thing, you'll watch me suffer. You and I are similar in the case that we force ourselves to do things that we don't enjoy, kind of like this. Suicide Killed the Justice League, I know he didn't like this game, but the thing is, he was pretty honest about how the first part of the game, like the story and stuff, it's not that bad. The gameplay loop feels fine. The mission objectives are fine, but it's when you get past the story and you're doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's pointless. You're not doing it for any payoff. You're just doing it because you have to. So, not a platinum I can recommend by any means, but I've never done it because of his anti-recommendation. Basically saying the base game's fine, but good God. Also, played Precursor Legacy again. So this was his fourth plat, I think. And he went back and did it again. Respect. This is a great game. This is one of the best platformers I've ever played, and I've played quite a few. Miles Morales again. So that's the thing, too, is I forget that this has a PS4 edition. I might have to go back and do that myself, because I like Miles. He's my favorite Marvel character. This is very nice. It's not exactly in order, and Ragnarok was way back there, but this is really, really nice to see, and he did do a video for this. 3-year cleanup, 3-year cleanup, 3-year cleanup, 3-year cleanup, 9-year cleanup, 3-year cleanup, 6-year cleanup, and then Dark Souls Remastered afterwards, which is really cool. One of the best games ever made. But beautiful. I love seeing series in rapid succession, even if they're not in order. Like, if I did Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, then 1, then 7, then whatever, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's no Kingdom Hearts 7, but there's a 7th game in the series in Kingdom Hearts. But that's cool. This is really cool to see. I think these actually might be in release order. And he must have just come back, started over, and knocked him out real quick. And I think this one has multiplayer. Is it this one? No. It would be Ascension? It was one of the PSP titles, I believe. Or maybe it was 2. Multiplayer only, Blood Oath. Yeah, so this one it was just completing the tutorial. Like maybe two of them have multiplayer, but like this is no small feat. This is really cool to see, actually. I love that. Remastered Dark Souls. Yep, Lego Star Wars 2. Apparently, this is a horrific grind. I remember doing this as a kid. Or sorry, no, this isn't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. This is that one's rough. He said this one surprised him. It was good. This was a rough game to platinum in general. I don't even know what this DLC is like, but it's probably just more annoying nonsense. The game itself is great. It's just what the platinum asks of you makes the game unfun. Force Unleashed 2, I rate that up. So here's where the PlayStation 3 wheel comes into play. And he started this halfway through the year, but basically, actually no, it starts here, I suppose. It would have to, but you spin a wheel. He put all his physical games on a wheel, spins the wheel. Okay, I guess we're doing that. Ratchet and Clank, Tekken 6, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego. So these are such short platinum completion times because these are games that he had sitting on the shelf that he'd never really bothered to earn trophies in. So it's not like he was cleaning up some ancient trophy list. Sly Cooper 1, working on this personally. MW3, this is a rough platinum, and the 100%, he actually spoke on it. He wants to, but he has to take a break because all of this crap. And then there's more maps for the survival. Where is it? I don't see it. But these Spec Ops, he's coming back to it. I believe him. He's done it before. But yikers. MW3 is a good game, but the platinum is ass. What glitch from Fall Guys? Okay, I missed your chat. So there was, for a while, some kind of manipulation you could do with the servers or something along those lines where you could get the Fall Guys platinum thing that keeps most people from doing it is it's either 3 wins in a row or 5 wins in a row. I can't remember. It's one of the two. And that's notoriously difficult to do because there's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of hackers, stuff like that. So it's almost impossible to guarantee that third win. It's one of those trophies. And there was some glitch in Fall Guys a couple years ago where you could get the platinum fairly easily because you could get that trophy fairly easily just by doing something. It might have been a boosting glitch, like where you could get the full lobby to just only fill with people on your server or whatever, and you could do like Oceania and just funnel people through VPN into your lobby and then win trade. Something like that. I don't know if you heard about that. Infallible has been made very, very easy multiple... There's been a few different methods. On purpose, no less. They rotate game modes where it's 1 out of 10 difficulty to do. Yeah, so it changes back and forth, and it's impossible, unless they stream or record themselves getting the trophy, it's impossible to know what mode they got that trophy in. And you can either assume one of two things. You can assume they did it when it was super easy, or you can assume that they got it when it was difficult. But since we don't know, it's still a 10 out of 10 out of 10. You can rate it as an 8 if you want to make an adjustment for considering how much easier you can make that, but it requires a lot of assumption work. And so here's one that impressed me, by the way. 10 years on Fallout 3, did 100% of the DLC. Fallout 3 is the reason why he hasn't done the New Vegas DLC yet, because this experience is freaking horrible on PS3. Now, these are good DLCs, all right? Hear me. These are good DLCs, but... good God, is it a slog to do this on PS3, especially if you use energy weapons. The save bloat gets out of hand. The performance is horrible. The game crashes frequently. I did this 2 years ago, and yeah, I had crashes nonstop. It was horrible. But I still love the games. Pushed through it. I enjoyed it. But I rate this highly. Fallout 3 in New Vegas, 100% completions on PS3. It will always be rated highly for me because I've done it and I know how hard it is. It's not hard because of the game. You can play the whole thing on easy if you want to, but the performance, man. The performance is rough. It's in no way 10 out of 10 just because you decided to do it when it's harder. It's rotating game modes. It's not a glitch. Doing a game blindfolded doesn't make it a 10 out of 10. And, okay. Sure, but if Fallout 3 is a 3 out of 10, but you choose to play it on the hardest difficulty, you know what I mean? It is personal experience involved, but that's what I'm saying. I was defending the fact that Fall Guys is still rated 10 out of 10 on the guide, and they have refused to change it because you don't know if somebody did it the hard way or the easy way, and it still takes a long time to get all these trophies. So I'm with you. I am, but this fits because you don't know how they obtained it. You know what I mean? Self-imposed challenges make it harder in terms of a profile review. Yeah, that absolutely. Absolutely. I wasn't suggesting that. But like, you know, I might rate if he did do a Dark Souls remastered blindfolded run, which who would do something like that? I'm sure somebody has, but I might if I've seen it, I might rate it higher in the back of my mind, you know, subconsciously. But obviously, we're not doing that. But I think we're miscommunicating here. I agree with you. I do. I think it's worth noting though. Um, Especially with Fall Guys. That's why I don't debate the 10 out of 10. Maybe it's a less impressive 10 out of 10 because you could have gotten lucky when it first came out. You could have gotten 3 wins in a row just because everybody disconnected. You know what I mean? So I certainly rate it lower than something like, well, Fire Team Elite's not a 10 out of 10 anymore. It got easier. They patched it, but or Wolf 2. Wolf 2 is considered an easier 10 out of 10. It's still a 10 out of 10. It's still cool. It's nice to see that somebody had the dedication to push through and finish something that tries your patience. So we got one more after this. This will be the first of many profile reviews. Hopefully we'll get more people to submit their lists, but we're just going to do YouTubers until that happens. Do you want me to finish up on your list, or do you want me to do a different content creator, maybe one that you like? Wolf 2 is many times harder than Fall Guys. Yes, but they're in the same, not same, but they're in similar tiers. A lot of people these days are rating Wolf 2 a lot lower. Not in difficulty, but in terms of impressiveness, because of how many people have it, how many guides there are, and some of these guides are pretty infallible. Let me show you one. Let's see. Would it be this? No. So there's a. I'll have to find the video, but I watched it once. There's a Mein Leben video. It's a full walkthrough with all of their strategies, and people comment in the comments like, got it first try following this video. So the amount of attention a game gets can change how difficult it really is in terms of achievability. Not that it's not hard, but how achievable it becomes when you have more information, more techniques, more good places to hide, or grenade spots, or you know which weapon to pick up. So the more advice you have, the more obtainable a 10 out of 10 becomes, and the less impressive it becomes in the eyes of the community. So that's what happened to Wolf 2. Wolf 2's gone down in impressiveness. And I'm not talking from personal experience. I still think it's great to have Wolf 2. I'm not criticizing people with Wolf 2, but I'm saying seems like the sentiment throughout the community has kind of dimmed on it. Though if you have the 100% and you've gotten all the DLCs, there's a lot less content on those. So it's pushed the goal line back is what I'm saying. I know all the guides for Wolf 2, even know 2 of the makers. Very cool. Need to go as soon as you want to hear from my list. Yes, so we're almost done with MHB. I'm going to rate him pretty highly just because I like him, but not too high, not unfairly. Let me go ahead and write down his username so we can wrap this up, and then we can get to your list, and then I'm going to hop off as well. So this is always going to be a pretty short one. You can get infallible in the tutorial area whenever a special mode is on, you're playing solo and getting the trophy. I might just do that personally. I don't... We'll see. Bluey, okay. Fierce to Fathom, supposed to be pretty good. I remember the video he did these for. I think it was a 30 platinums in 30 days thing. Wasn't it? He did 30 platinum in 30 days again. He started Cult, but it was too long, so he stopped. Mafia Old Country, Another Krebs Treasure is too long. I don't know why he tried that. Frog Detective, Brothers, Duck Detective, Short Hike. He didn't like this one. While We Wait Here, Rat Shaker he loved. Call of the Sea he loved. Edith Finch is a good game. Deer Simulators, weird game. Safety Hotline, Rewind or Die. A lot of these short little horror games. They're not shovels. They're just short. Did this for his challenge. Grease, great game. Phlegathon, interesting one. Venba. So like here, all these. Rogue City was his longer one for his challenge. Trenches. Thank goodness you're here. He recommends playing this game, but not for like not with a guide. Patrick Starr, Industria, too short. Monster Trunks. So let's get to the end of this challenge. I believe it's here. He continued the PS3 randomizer. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. DC Superheroes. Rogue Incursion was supposed to be pretty good. This is a VR game that he played. Rivals was the one everyone was going back to try and get the trophies. Did he? He did. He did. So he's going to have this platinum. At some point when he gets back to it, he will, which is great. I got an unobtainable platinum. Cool. Good for him. Replay is supposed to be good. Sega All-Stars Racing. Great game. A little bit of a grind, but a good game. Power Wash Sim 2. This is supposed to be pretty good. People are talking about this a lot. Dante's, unobtainable, 100%. DLC stuff. Multiplayer DLC, I believe. Yeah. So, which is a shame. This is an amazing game. This game is very good, but Sly 3, Astro's Playroom, 100%. Six Siege, I was probably thinking about going back to that. I have this one on my list, but I didn't play it, so I'm like, should I do the PS4 version of this plat? Probably not. We'll see. I don't know if it's still obtainable because of Siege X. Primal, 9-year cleanup. Maneater. He actually did the DLC cleanup too, which is great. Maneater DLC is underrated. Still Wakes the Deep, I rate that. Assassin's Creed 3, that's a tough one. Lego Party, I've never heard of this. Ratchet Clank 2, Up Your Arsenal, he's working on right now. And Fallout New Vegas, he just finished the base game. So that's MHB. He said 40 out of 100 from chat. I hear you, brother. I understand. Mostly because his philosophy diverts completely from yours. We try to go for 100%. This is not a 100% gamer. He likes completing the platinums and 100% of games he loves. But with the trend in the community, I think that's probably going to change a little bit. It's my boy. This is my MHB. This is my man. Like this makes my 12-hour shifts fly by watching his stuff, and his streams when he occasionally does. So there's a bit of a bias here. I'll admit it. So I'll subtract like 10 points. I want to give him like a high 60s, low 70s, but we'll bump him down to like a 63. So my rating's 63 out of 100, but you've got 40 out of 100. No URs, no hard games. Yeah, but if he doesn't like hard games, doesn't care for it. It's his time, it's his life, but I hear you. It's more impressive. It puts the rating up. We're trying to be a little bit more objective. I still give him a 63 just because I respect playing the games you like. I really do. And then doing challenges is always cool to see. And then he got a lot of bonus points when I saw this. That is extremely nice to see. And you got to think too. These ratings are all subjective. 3 out of 10 for Ghost of Sparta. 3 out of 10 for Chains of Olympus. 3 out of 10 for God of War 2. That's very subjective. These challenge modes are not exactly easy. The arena is not exactly easy. So, as subjective as these PSNP ratings are for the guides, I also think of like personal experience. How hard was the game for me? How long would it take me to do Tekken 6? You know what I mean? Significantly longer amount of time. I'm not as good at fighting games as I am at other stuff. So, real quick, we'll review your list and then probably tap out for the day. Let me see. You're right here. How convenient. It's almost like I did it on purpose to research you up before the stream because I knew I'd be featuring you. So, yeah, I'm officially rating, especially for considering the YouTuber modifier that I give people. MHB, I'm giving him a 63. You give him a 40. I think both are fair ratings. We'll probably meet in the middle for that final ranking. But Midrake, may you find worth in the waking world. And yes, as he said, as a reference. It's a line straight out of the game. 7,000 trophies, 169 platinums, a reasonable spread here of trophies because I know that you don't have any shovels, and I appreciate that. 321 in your country, you're probably going up. Green usually means you're going up. So you made a lot more progress on Borderlands 3 than I have, but I've been streaming, so I'll probably play some tonight. I like your trophy cabinet, though. Diablo 2, ridiculous. Trackmaster, awesome. I want to play these games so much. They look like so much fun. Trackmania Turbo and Trackmania. I do rate these. I rate these pretty high. Fireteam Elite, we've both done this. We both know what it's like. It used to be harder. Apparently, it's easier now. I don't know what makes it easier. Maybe there's glitches or something. Steep, I rate that. Riders Republic, great game. I really want to do it. Returnal, slept on way too much. This is an amazing game. RNG collectibles, that's a little bit of a strange decision, but it's fine. I still rate it. Witcher 3, I need to do this one on PlayStation. Never Fade Away, I need to do the PS5 version. And Gory, this is the one you recommended to me. I will be playing this, do not worry. Very nice trophy cabinet here. I really like what you've got in your trophy cabinet. So, best game on PS5, I caution to say I agree with you. I genuinely think this is one of the best games on PS5. And then your rarest trophies are all from Trackmania. That's not surprising. This game asks a lot of people. It asks for a lot of your time. 190 ultra rares. Very nice number of ultra rares. And as we figured out last time, all of your milestones are platinums, which is a really cool thing to do. I wasn't... fair to myself, I wasn't aware of any of this when I started back up. I didn't get PSNP until like a year into trophy hunting, or maybe probably 6 months into it when I discovered it or was told about it. So it's really cool that you got to do this. I'm a little envious that I didn't get the chance to try and do something like this, but at least somebody did, so I can look at it and think of what could have been. Very cool. I like that. We'll go from the bottom to the top. Your list is not short, but it is well maintained, so it's a lot easier to go through than one full of incompletes. And I love seeing stuff like this. These 100% that aren't platinums, always great. AC Origins, great game. 5 months, that's reasonable. This was one of my cleanups, so I know what this experience was like, and it was very nice. So I rate that. I will say, conversation we had earlier, I did play through Origins on like Nightmare, or the difficulty before the hardest difficulty, and I thought it was a very compelling gaming experience on a harder difficulty. I don't know what difficulty you played it on. You're kind of a gamer, so 5 months you could have been playing on Nightmare. Rift Apart is a great first platinum too. That's awesome. But it looks like you had time to plan ahead for yours, which is also very cool. Walking Dead Telltale, great. The whole series, actually. We should probably rate that. The fact that you did Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3 and 4. And Michonne. I didn't realize Michonne was part of this as well. Very cool. Spyro games, not in rapid succession. I didn't do that either. I did 1 and 2, and then I haven't done 3 yet. So I rate that. The fact that they're close is cool. Odyssey, fantastic game. I rate this very highly. Both on a higher difficulty and not. Alphabetical to C series. You want me to rate your list in alphabetical order? No. We're doing it in order if you completed them. This is still cool. It's close enough that it's rapid succession. This is probably all within the same week or so. Bloodborne in a year and a week. You probably had a cleanup situation where you started this and then had to take a break for whatever reason. Maybe you had a holiday or whatever. What am I seeing? Okay, so you played it for the first time in 2021. You came back to it in 2022, probably for your milestone planning. If I had to guess, maybe it had something to do with that, or just getting distracted with these AC games. They ask a lot of you. Crisis, I would still rate this a little higher than a 3 out of 10. It's just hard to play. Blood Dragon, good game. I still need to play through and finish Blood Dragon. Bloodborne was done in a week, popped a trophy, and again a year later. Yeah, right. So Bloodborne only takes about a week or two. I just assumed you'd started it and then been like, okay, I'll come back to it. Popped a trophy, and again a year later. Yeah, okay, I hear you. Fair play. Edith Finch, great game. Haven't done the PS4 version. What's the point? So, let's see. Crash 2, Crash Warped. 100%. Love to see this. Is this the one with? No, it's not. This is one with the future, right? Second Son, I still need to do that platinum. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, horrible game. Foreclosed, good. Takes Two, did this with the wife. I loved it a lot. A Way Out, I still want to do this one. Mortals Phoenix, some rough DLCs. We talked about this last time, but like this is all good stuff. This one is good. Where's the bad one? Eastern Realm would have been a really cool game on its own. I wish we could have gotten that, but this series is dead already, unfortunately. Was it Lost Gods? Whichever one had the shitty camera angle. Props to you for doing that, because yikers. Go ahead and write down real quick that we're doing Myth Draken, and then here you go. So this is a YouTuber. This is a YouTuber. I try to be mindful of the distinction. Someone who's doing this for content versus somebody who's doing this because it's a passion. 1886, great game. Wish we could get more. Deliver Us the Moon, awesome. Its sequel's not. Pathless, you did tell me about this one. I looked it up. Looks like a lot of fun. Stray, I need to finish that. Senua's Sacrifice, this is notoriously amazing. Chaos Bane, I don't think I gave attention to Chaos Bane last time. Hold on a second. Let's scroll back down wherever it is. I want to look at this really quick. We're blasting through your list because I want to give you time to go, and then we're going over my time right now. So, this is a Left 4 Dead like, or am I thinking of a different game? Vermintide is a Left 4 Dead like. All 6 characters available in the game. Jürgen Heide. Diablo-like. Okay, interesting. That makes sense. You love Diablo. Far Cry 4, I rate that. The Ascent, great game. The DLC is fun. Outriders, you told me the DLC is a grind. I have that to look forward to. It's on my list. You played the original Until Dawn with the fixed camera. The 2 Spider-Man games back-to-back before the new one came out, I believe. It came out in like 2023 April. GTA 3. Was this the one with the crime rating or whatever it's called? Where you have to... Yeah, this. can be a bit of a grind. Maybe it's not in this one. Maybe it's in Vice City that it's a grind, but good game. Telltale, good game. This Batman game. I've heard the sequel's not as good. Vice City, excellent. Love to see it. Evil West, you recommended against, if I remember correctly. It was on my radar, so I suppose I will take it off. Riders Republic is a good game. Operation Tango is unique. Primal got a 60 FPS upgrade recently. It's a shame that you and I have both done Far Cry games without 60 FPS. Saved us some headaches. 5, I rate that. Serious Sam is one that you don't see often, and this is a great game series. I wish it'd make a comeback. Serious Sam is so good. I've only ever played these on PC, but I've loved them. Far Cry 6, I rate that. That's a lot of trophies. A lot of bullshit. Looks like you had to do a lot of bullshit for this. These are supposed to be cool, though. These villain DLC packs. Let me know what you think about those, but I think they look neat. Don't really think about that Void Lost Worlds thing. Little Nightmares 2, I rate that. Medium, I've heard this isn't great. Remnant is supposed to be pretty fun. Elden Ring, I need to finish myself. It's not a difficult game. Jedi Fallen Order, AC2, Brotherhood of Revelations, you did them. You gave them a fair shake. You know, credit to you, you tried, but you played these after Odyssey and Origins, which I think are some of the peak moments in the series. Our Origins is amazing. The actor for Bayek did such an incredible job handling the emotion of the character. I love it. Villain DLC packs are cool. That's what I thought. Bug Snacks. I didn't do this while it was PS Plus, and so I probably never will unless they put it back on PS Plus. But I know this is a good game, and I know the DLC is good too. Godfall, yikers! Why did you do this? Did you have fun? Like, I care a lot about whether or not you had fun. Did you have fun doing this? Because I doubt it. You did the DLC too, right? Of course you did. So do I. Why, brother? Got curious about a new game and tried it and it was bad? Or was this right before the server shut down? Points. But I've only heard bad things about Godfall. The servers didn't shut down because you can still obtain it. I'm maybe thinking of a different game here. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking of Babylon's Fall. This game wasn't horrible. It's not a good game, but it's not a bad game. Yeah. Starting a game equals finishing a game. I understand. Godfall was in your ones who tried it. Yeah, I hear you. You do have a co-op buddy. I don't have a PlayStation co-op buddy. I've got a everything else co-op buddy. So, I've got a buddy who anything I want to play, he'll play it with me. But he doesn't have a PlayStation. So, but yeah, I hear you. Starting a game equals finishing it. That's what I'm going to do with a bunch of games I don't want to finish, but I will. And then I'm just trying to start games that I know I'll like at this point. 004, we didn't finish this one, but I think you told me why. And it was just because you... No, because you finished Diablo... Yeah, you got the Platinum, but... You're probably coming back to it eventually. Sackboy, this is a good one to have. Not a 5 out of 10. It should be higher. That's a good plat. Very impressive. I'm not super, like, Sackboy oriented, if that makes sense. I've never played, like, much of the originals, so... there's no, like, emotional attachment to this character for me. Not really. He's cute, but maybe I'll play that one at some point. Endling. Oh, God, Endling. AC3 and Liberation. You have played both of those. This is a painful plat, but it's a good game. Go for a plat at 0.5%. Yeah. So it's gonna be a while. No judgment. Trust me. AC Lib is a fine game. UGG, I like UGG a lot. Scars Above, you showed me this one. This is cool. Death's Door, I still need to complete this. It's installed on my PlayStation. I showed it to you, I think, last stream that we did this. Meet Your Maker looks fun. You've got Wolf New Order and Wolf Old Blood. Here we go. Ghost of Tsushima 100%. I still haven't done the raids, personally, so I just need to find a group and run it. I know there's just people who do taxis through the raids because they've done them so many times. Black Flag, I rate that. Because you did all this nonsense. Wait, where is it? This nonsense. And you also did this bullcrap as well. So congratulations to you. I'm sure that was a really good use of your time. Really great story, though, I understand. And Liberation is... Or, not Liberation, but Freedom Cry is supposed to be excellent. So Adewale is a very cool character. Close that. Far Cry 3 Classic. Sorry for your headaches. Tomb Raider Definitive. I need to play this. Damon is playing through one of these Tomb Raider games currently. Demon Souls. Sorry for your loss. What a waste of time. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I love to see that. It's a good game, but I unfortunately don't have the unobtainable, so I won't be playing it on PlayStation. Goat Sim plus DLC. What would I expect? Moving out. Okay, yeah, here's some more co-op stuff. Fogs is supposed to be fun. Crysis 2. I still rate that higher than a 3 out of 10. I still do. I'm sorry. Part 1, no grounded, no multiplayer. Probably for the best. Enjoy the game. Have a great time. Get a nice platinum. Crysis 3, again, I'd rate that kind of high. That's these Crysis games. It's not so much difficulty of the games, but it's like the nonsense. They didn't plan the difficulty for these games well, and then they just don't perform that well. The remasters, I've heard a lot of problems with them, but I'm still going to be doing them, obviously. But yeah, Wreckfest, I rate that. Doom Eternal, good. Doom 2016, good pickup. This is the one with the multiplayer, right? Yep. Tales of Iron looks good. This is on my list now because I saw it on yours. Not on my profile, but it's on my to-do. First Light, again, I rate this. I like it. Hogleg, I liked a lot. I enjoyed it, but I like just map clearing and wandering around. Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 1, this DLC is painful, man. The Claptrap one is annoying, and then this crashing constantly is annoying. I don't know if it does it on the PS4 version. On the PS3 version, blech. And then yeah, this bullcrap. 26 multiplayer was rough. Yes, I understand. I've seen, I think it was twice I did a video on it, and it is just ridiculous. Just nonsense. Battlefield 5, Assassin's Creed Rogue. Good underrated Assassin's Creed game. Some people rate this as the best one, by the way. All you can eat. Oh, you got every chest in Unity. I hope you had fun exploring France. I plan on doing this, but good God. Crash Bandicoot 1 with Stormy Ascent, yeah. Am I tripping? Where is Stormy Ascent? Either way, you get the 100% in Crash 1. I must have these games mixed up in my head. You did the Tiny Tina one-shot. I haven't done that yet. You did not do, let me guess, Grounded? Yeah, these are newer, though. Probably haven't had a chance to go back to them. No Return in general. Kill a bloater with the pump shotgun's bill, no return. Complete the story in chronological order. Does that mean finishing, like the side stories or something, and then doing the main story or something like that? Or just playing the missions in chronological? That's an interesting trophy. Crash 1 equals Stormy Ascent. I thought so. I thought so. But yeah, obviously we're going to go back and finish that, so I don't need to say anything. But Jack 1, 2, 3, Rapid Succession. We'd love to see those series in a row. That's really neat. Roller Drome. I've heard mixed things about this. Fort Solis is supposed to be pretty damn good. Plague Tale Innocence. You rate the Plague Tale games pretty high. I probably need to try them. DSR. One of the best games ever made. I don't know if I'd call it an 8 out of 10. Do you have to do the DLC for this? I don't know if I consider Dark Souls 1 to be a 8 out of 10, but it's a difficult game, but it's a fun game. I love this game so much. Roller Drome's great. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I used to love those like skating games, and I could see you kind of go up and down the ramps and stuff in Roller Drome. So, Sniper 5. This looks like a good game. Wildlands. I've done this 100%. But it's a lot of tedium. I did not enjoy it though. I had a nice time, but I did get some glitch trophies from this because of co-op. If you did the whole thing in co-op, good for you. But I did like the first 5 missions in co-op, and it just glitched out the entire trophy list. And I was able to save it. There was some trick I did where I replayed like one specific mission, and it freed me, or I did a partial playthrough, and then that fixed it somehow. Something like that. I rate this though. You did both of them in a row. Returnal, like we said already, great game. Deliver Us Mars, disappointing. AC Syndicate, glad you did the DLC. This is good DLC. Valhalla, that's what I'm working on right now. Good game. I actually don't hate it at all. AC Mirage, with their bullshit, dropping almost 3 years later, a free DLC. But I know you'll come back to that probably sooner than I will. That's going to hurt my heart to screw up that alphabet. But I will. Rainbow Six Extraction, I heard this was shit. Steep. This looked really good. I remember seeing this on your list and looking it up, and it looks awesome. I have floated around starting this multiple times, and I've never ended up doing so. Plague Tale Requiem, it's supposed to be a good continuation. Crew 2, you like your racing games. Gran Turismo, you like your racing games. 10 out of 10, I rate that probably a little higher, actually, just because of the time investment and the will to live being lost. God of War. This is 2018, yeah? Yeah. Amazing game. Love this game to death. Ragnarok's good too. Tunic, I think you said you did this without a guide, so congratulations. 6-day, no guide. That's pretty good. If you did this with a guide, that's probably why it didn't feel as good. This game is meant to be played like a Zelda game. Playing those without guides is the whole plan, but it's supposed to be incredible. Fire Team, yeah, L. Could have been better. I don't think it was that bad, but blarg. I'm also a little sad that they lowered the difficulty, but patches come out. Things change. It is buggy, though. I remember that. I don't hate it. I take it back. I don't hate Fire Team. Spider-Man 2, New Game Plus. I did this, like, late last year. It only takes, like, 4 to 5 hours, but it does feel like a waste of 4 or 5 hours. So if you never do this, I'm not going to judge you. I promise. This is supposed to be pretty crap, but I think you said you had fun with it. So it's not the game I was thinking of. Yeah, this is actually... Yeah, this is a good game. Good for you. A little bit of online, too. Had yourself a nice fun little time wandering around on an ATV and grabbing collectibles. Doesn't sound too bad. Legends is supposed to be kind of poop. This is a great game. I need to play it. Or at least all I've heard about it is good. Nobody played it because of Avengers. Avengers ruined it. Wasn't super impressive. That's kind of what I figured, but it is what it says on the tin. You're driving around on ATVs, right? Like, it's kind of what I expect. Well, in motocross. I heard Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale is kind of underwhelming. Is it good? I know that this one's good, but I don't know if the Telltale one is any good. Kiwi, another co-op. Astros, of course, absolutely. Respect. This is probably my favorite platinum on your list. I'll never get this one. I'll never even try. Just because of not this, but this. Sure, I could put 1,000 hours into a Diablo game in 2026, but why would I do that when I can put 1,000 hours into 20 different games? So, currently dividing up my time to try and play as many games as I can and finish as many games as I can, but I do respect this as a platinum, obviously. That's a pretty good undertaking, but big time investment. Yes, I do remember you were number one. You were number one, but somebody must have swept in, but you're like right here. And you said something about auto pop or something like that. I can't remember what you had said, but there's a reason why these guys don't count. This guy too. So you're really number 5. Okay. Still impressive. I'll show you. I'm on the list for at least one game that I know of, and I found out somebody else's stream. They looked at the game I played. They looked at the achievers, and I saw my username, and I was like, what? I didn't know it was the fastest achiever. I'll show you before we tap out for the day. Sniper 4, supposed to be good. Overpass 2. You do like your racing games. Need for Speed Unbound, Dead Island 2. How was that DLC? I don't know anything about it. And everybody else we've looked at today has not done it. So, Suicide Squad, sorry about that. Remnant 2, supposed to be incredible. Ragnarok, that was fun. Rise of the Ronin, supposed to be pretty damn good. RoboCop Rogue City, isn't there that new mini, like, it's not DLC, but it kind of is. Yeah, I don't look that often. So if there are more that I'm not on, I wouldn't know. I might check. I did Bloodborne pretty quick, but probably not faster than most people speedrun it, so I doubt I'm on any lists for that one. But yeah, good for you. It makes me want to check on my own rankings to see how I'm doing. This is something I want to play bad. Hellsinger looks like a lot of fun. Trackmania, again, you love your racing games. You said this wasn't as bad as it said, and that this was worse than people said. This is a good one to have. I love seeing Helldivers 2. Congratulations to you. I play this on PC, so I kind of don't rate it for myself personally, but I'm glad that you have it. And you got Helldivers 1, which I respect. This is actually a pretty decent game. A lot of people haven't played it, surprisingly still. Advanced Warfare. Don't know why you did this. Maybe it was an old cleanup. Looks like it was an old cleanup. Probably played it with some friends a long time ago, and then you're like, well, time to get the trophies. That's what I'm doing with Black Ops 3 and 4. Space Marine 2, I rate that. Great game. Hot Wheels games back-to-back. Not sure I'd do that, but you like your racing games, and you're good at them, so didn't take you very long. I know there's a grind in one of these where you have to get like X amount of gears or something like that, like the currency. And then this one's got DLC, like monster trucks and stuff. Made in Italy, Fast and Furious. So that's the first one with the monster trucks. They both have DLC. Hot Wheels Unleashed has like Scooby-Doo, or Batman, Monster Trucks, Looney Tunes. There it is. Played Advanced Warfare before I was a trophy hunter. Figures. Yeah, figures. That's the same with, like, Infinite Warfare. I need to go back and do that one. And apparently it's not that bad. Infinite Warfare. KCD 2 got DLC. When did that happen? I might have heard about this, actually. So hardcore mode, that sounds... Oh, against all odds is a tough one. That's going to probably be a little while. Some strategy and whatnot's going to have to come into that. Horse races sounds fun. This is the new DLC. This came out fairly recently. Or no. Is it the Legacy? Wow. It's got a few DLCs. Okay, I thought... the last one I heard about was this. I thought this was the newest content. So there's some more KCD 2 to chew through. I haven't even started, so I'm dreading that a little bit, but it'll be fun. Young Blood's supposed to be the weakest Wolfenstein, but that's not to say much. It's a quality series. New Dawn, you did that with the 60 FPS upgrade. I don't know when that came out, but if so, good for you. I haven't played New Dawn before. I want to. This is supposed to be like an alternate timeline after Far Cry 5, right? Like the nuke goes off and then this game happens. Waiting for a price drop and free 300 hours. Yeah, I hear you. Price drop is going to be an important part. Wishlist it, maybe. Or you probably already do. Grease, I rate this. I love this game. This gets extra points. In any list I see Grease in, this is an amazing game. Sayonara's on the list, don't worry. Assassin's Creed free DLC, some kind of Attack on Titan thing as well. Animal Well, supposed to be a really unique, fun game. Trackmania, Expeditions, Watcher 3. I need to do this. I need to do this bad. Borderlands 2 completion is a big ask. I've done this. It's kind of boring, but I like this game a lot, so... I was playing it alone, though, so that, changes your opinion of things. You said this was worth passing. Just don't even bother. Dark Ages looks like a lot of fun. This is on my personal must-play. High on Life, someone already requested it. That's in the future for me, but this looks like a good game. I wasn't sure about the humor at first. I was like, it's more eye-roll humor than, like, laugh humor, but no, I'll give it a try. And you did the DLC, of course, which High on Knife is supposed to be pretty fun. Rivals you scooped up. I don't own Rivals. I was about to buy a game just to get 2 trophies, just so I could have an unattainable platinum. But if you already had it, dude, fair play. Sniper 2, pre-sequel. This one I actually enjoyed all of pre-sequel. Zombie Army Trilogy. You've got co-op partners, right? So that probably made this a little bit easier to do. But I don't think this game is particularly difficult. BF6. We talked about this last time. I love BF6. I could do all of this no problem. But, like, fuck all of this. So good for you. Good on you for doing it, but fuck that. Cyberpunk 2077, do not abbreviate that. PS5 edition, so you got Phantom Liberty. I need to do that. Dredge, you've got 100%. Those DLCs are supposed to be fantastic. Sword of the Sea, Anthem before the shutdown. It's a good game, just didn't get what it needed to be a good live service. And since it was built to be a live service, that made it bad. Yodi, you do Yodi. I know it's Yote, but Yodi's funnier. Division 1, that's a... Hey, I am impressed to see this, because it's a tedious... It's not, like, difficult, it's just a tedious plat. Especially late game and Division games, it's just, like, silly. Cronus is on my radar, I want to do it. Jusant is cute. Haven't played it yet, but this is on my list now, thanks to you. Had never heard of it before. And then Borderlands 3, which we're probably going to have done in another week or 2, if that. Those DLCs don't take long. I don't know which ones you've done. Maybe I can throw some thoughts your way. So you did Handsome Jackpot already. You did Guns, Love, and Tentacles. This one was okay. This one's quick. You already started it. You get the idea. It's just more of the same. This one doesn't take long. Psycho Krieg is quick as well. This took me maybe 2 days of like 2-hour sessions each, maybe. Fuster Cluck is quick. There is a bug in this one, though, but all you have to do is save and quit and then go back in. So if you get to, like, a boss fight where you have to shoot panels and the panels aren't showing up, you just save and quit and go back in, and you'll be fine. You don't have to back up cloud saves or anything. Designer's Cut and Director's Cut are pretty easy, so yeah, you'll have that done probably very soon. All right, really quick before we go. Division Plat is super easy. It took 25 hours. DLCs, though, yeah, exactly. The DLCs are super tedious. So my rank's going down because I haven't been playing as much. But, I'll get back to it as well. Look very soon. Some miscellaneous stuff to do in Warframe. But the game... I was going to have you guess, but I got to go. But the game I am fastest achiever in is Sid Meier's Civilization 6 on the PS5. PS4 version, but... No score? You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. I got ahead of myself because I got to pee real bad. But I wanted to show off first. Come on, dude. You know what your score is going to be. But I can't have you rate yourself, to be fair. Out of 100. And let me see these non-completes real quick. 7 non-completes. Grounded bullshit. New DLC. New Game Plus bullshit. DLCs you don't own yet. Free DLC you just probably haven't gotten around to play. Working on currently. Something about updates. I keep forgetting why this is incomplete, but you're going to. I think you just said time. It's going to take time, but considering your incompletes, your ultra rares, your completion rate, which is extremely high, obviously, we all know that. No hiddens, which is great. A very well curated list, very impressive cabinet with a very impressive list of milestones. I don't want to give you a perfect rating because I don't want you to stop. Obviously, you're not going to, but that's the only note. Okay, $400 DLC for Diablo 4. That's why. I'll try to remember that. I'm sorry. I rate this with potential and future plans 4.46 trophies per day and only 110 unearned trophies, which you already have plans to figure out, especially things like that Assassin's Creed Shadow stuff. It'll take like what, a day or two. It's obviously at least in the 90s. What's really influencing me too is the completion percentage is one of the highest I've ever seen. With no hiddens. Like, to have this high of a completion percentage with no hiddens and no muddied waters of, like, I didn't play that game. Huh, man. This is tricky. I know I'm not going to hurt your feelings, though, no matter what I give you. Ooh. It is pretty close to being a perfect list. You need Super Meat Boy. I have Crypt in my future, but we'll see how that goes when we get there. To give credit to your potential, right? Plus, the ranking is swaying it. We'll do a... We'll do a 93. We'll do a 93 out of 100. Which is probably the highest score I'm ever going to give out, if we're being realistic. I've seen other people's accounts, and Jesus, but just you'll get 100 whenever you have 100% completion. Chat says 85. Okay, chat says 85 out of 10. Obviously, there's more you can do, or out of 100. Oops, for chat. There's a lot more you can do. There's stuff you can clean up, and I do rate the fact that you're going to, and you're currently working on this. This doesn't count, but clean these up, obviously. Just get this done. It's stupid. It's a waste of time, but, I mean, that's what our hobby is anyways. So, okay. That's my rating. But, yeah, I'm fastest achiever on Civ 6. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. Platinum, probably not, but... I am fastest achiever for 100% on Sid Meier's Civilization 6 on the PlayStation 4. And I didn't know until last week. And I did this 3 years ago. Thank you. I don't know how I bumped this out so quick. I'm not sure. I think I just played it nonstop. I was working shift work at that time, so I got a lot of days off in a row. And I had nothing better to do. I was single, so I was just sitting up in my my room and knocking shit out. So... yeah. All right. That's the end of the stream, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll see how we do next time. And let's see. We did Study, MHB, and my boy, Myth Draken. So I will see you next time. Have a great night, man.